Cinderdale is a city known for its technological breakthroughs, whether it be airships, warforged weaponry, or automobiles. Cinderdale has it all. Machines are built to help with day-to-day tasks, and seeing them on the road is a common occurrence. Everywhere you can see steam and hear the sounds of steel and iron. The city is quite crowded. The people seem to be busy running from place to place. Old Victorian buildings stand side by side with new ones made of metal. Repairs are being made to many buildings to maintain them, or to enhance them in one way or another. Bridges are being built above busy streets. Entertainment quarters are bustling with excitement, and people are trying to sell their goods on the city's grand marketplace. Cinderdale is a place where many great minds meet, as the world's most known and successful companies make it their home base. There are buildings almost touching the sky itself, it seems. Among those grand company is one called the Hawks Prosthetics Manufacturing Company. One that is now asking for help from adventurers, it seems. Because a city as big as this has its own set of problems. So of course, near the marketplace, close to the tavern, many travelers and adventurers reside and stands a rather old-timey building, simply titled the Problem Solvers Guild. Blackboards adorn the walls of this place, which also seems to function as a bar. And those blackboards are filled to the brim with jobs for beginner adventurers, veterans, and everything in between. Among odd jobs, monster slaying quests, and having to find old Miss Addington's cat yet again, there is one job that stands out among the others. To all brave adventurers. At Hawks Prosthetics Manufacturing Company, we always strive to manufacture the highest quality products. Over the years, we have refined our technology and have helped many people with our prostheses. To further our research, however, we need different means than those that are available to us. Those that we are not capable of attaining ourselves. That is why we need your help. We will, of course, generously reward this job to make it worth your while and efforts. If you are interested, report to Hawks Mansion, Hampton Street 18 in Cinderdale. Further details will be discussed on site. We look forward to seeing you and hope for your cooperation. Signed, Victoria Hawks, CEO of HPMC. A job from Miss Victoria herself personally, one of the leading minds and entrepreneurs of this grand city. Now, surely this would pique someone's interest. Just gonna take a little sip. A second.
Little sippy sip.
Important to hydrate.
Incredibly.
Stay moist.
Today's Dice Goblins brought to you by water. Drink that shit.
my orange juice, actually, freshly pressed orange juice.
Thank
Also,
you.
hold up. I think I have
Very cool.
something
That's Gucci.
on here that shouldn't be on here. There we go. Okay. So
excited.
we go to have you guys over here. Is a map of Cinderdale that I threw together, and we start our adventure in the where was it? The entertainment quarter was over here. Close to one of the entrances to the city, you reside within the entertainment quarter, where the Problem Solvers Guild is situated. Near the plaza where many people meet, along of them many adventurers. And so, we meet our first characters in this very building. Old, a bit, some would say not very well kept, but it adds a sort of rustic charm to it in a town that is very much, starting to swap its old buildings with metal every time it gets the chance. Now, Bear, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I would. If you could, fathom what you see before you. I am Numb Reject. I come from a land where I was beaten and bruised down. My life has been nothing but misery and hard. It's so hard.
Oh my god.
I got like a Bane kind of.
I was
Yeah.
thinking
like
Sean
voice
Connery.
actor.
I was thinking
Holy
Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I am a bard by trade, one some may say, but I'm changing the music game forever. I am in all black leather with some red accents. Long black cloak with a red stripe on the inside. And my dark black hood. I'm a bugbear, as you can see. Quite slender in build, with long black hair and a nice red stripe. You can't see much on me outside of the black and red, but you do see my viol. It's very special to me. It is black with silver along the top in a quite elegant design.
We don't say anything else. He'll just keep revealing stuff about himself.
I didn't know how much we wanted to go with like the descriptions.
No, keep going.
No, this works. This works. So Bear,
Wait, dude.
you are.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry, I wasn't rolling.
Okay. You are currently in this tavern. You see a band playing currently. Probably thinking to yourself, you could do a much better job than them. Thinking, oh, playing this like popular music right now, they have absolutely no taste. And you see someone else coming through the door. A figure clothed in merchants, in a traveling merchant's clothing. Now, Kunic, introduce yourself.
Yes. In particular, you didn't clarify door. I'm coming out of the bathroom. That's okay.
You're coming out of the bathroom.
Coming out of the bathroom.
Completely fine.
Yes, and I'm like patting down my clothing, like it's a little disheveled. You know, it seems like something's happened, but he's like just cleaning himself off real fast. A bugbear. And that's it. He's very secretive.
Did he just kind of like mutter that like around him? Like,
Yeah.
is that with an earshot?
Yeah, he's like eyes squint. He's like looking at the bugbear. And then that's it. He's very secretive.
I like to imagine you're a hunter and you just actively chose your favorite enemy as bugbears.
Well, I mean, you can imagine, right? I'm in traveling merchant's gear, so you can imagine, like, maybe you see, like, a bear's cloak around me or something like that. You know, you see some form of, like, a animal skin that could be construed as a bear or something of that size as just a cloak around him. So he's, like, a little apprehensive already about seeing you.
Bugbear killed my father.
The bear's just like, I was born in the darkness, molded by it.
My mother's name is Martha.
Martha?
Why did you say that name?
I guess we're best friends now. Did we just become best friends? Yup.
Oh my gosh, we both got Martha issues? Let's go.
Martha issues.
Wait, I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm like, after muttering that, I don't know if anyone really even heard me mutter that, but after muttering that, I'm just gonna kind of go. I'm gonna go be like one of those. What's the trope? like a Sasuke from Naruto. I'm gonna go sit and like mold it like in a corner, just like crossed arms, like just sort of sitting there waiting to see what happens.
Just angry as shit.
Yeah.
It's like a lobby, isn't it?
It sounds like it's an inn almost, like a guild.
It's
Yeah.
it's sort of kind of like a mix between all of it. Like it's kind of a tavern, really. Like you see people at the counters right now. Not many of them drinking beer, considering it's like still the middle of the day. But some people are crazy enough to. And you see, since this is technically a guild, there's many blackboards around you where a lot of job offers are, being displayed.
Mhm.
And you actually can see that the patrons of this place seem to also... A lot of them seem to be adventurers. You wouldn't be able to tell whether they're more or less experienced than you, really. A lot of them actually also do seem a bit like, newbies to this whole thing. Just starting out, having fun, that kind of stuff.
Haven't been worn down by the world yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Very
like the
fresh
starting spawn point, pretty much.
They're,
Is
they're
this
all
an-
thinking like we can make our own like D&D podcast, and they're all like talking to each other about it.
It's so meta. We'll call it Dice Goblins.
Yeah, something like that.
You see a little group of goblins at one of the tables who are just having fun with one another, is saying that they're just playing dice games at this very moment.
Aw.
Oh, that's cute.
Something about dragons. We don't know if there's any dungeons in it though.
Are we in an isekai?
What? Oh, is that when we noticed it's a dragonborn, a kanku, a wizard, a bugbear?
We're the only ones that stand out.
Yeah.
Those are our real characters. It's a bait and switch.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can actually see that both you, Bear and Kunic, you both, even with this wide array of people who are there, you see Tiefling, you see Dragonborn, you see pretty much everything in this town, but you guys stand out for your very own reasons,
Oh, me. So I guess I'm in the scene, so I might as well introduce myself. So Valdez, I imagine, since I just got a kind of periphery view of the people around here, I imagine he's sitting down already, and he's looking through. Do you have like newspapers, by the way? Something like that, like
they
newspapers?
absolutely do.
So he's currently folded it down. He's got this big wide brim like teacher's glasses on, and he's looking through, and he's got like a big steaming mug of coffee sitting next to him as he's looking back towards the rest of the crowd here. Valdez is a very large, kind of like very square-shouldered kind of half-orc. His hair is kind of thinning towards the front, and you see that there's streaks of gray going across. It's all kind of brushed back, and he has this big bushy beard that doesn't cover the top end of his lip, so it's got like it goes all the way down to like towards his chest. It's like a big beard. He gives a bit of a slight cough as he then motions his hand over towards the kind of IV bag he has resting alongside his kind of lab coat-like attire, and he seems to adjust a small valve in there. And then he takes this small kind of basically would be like a rebreather towards himself, and just and he grunts before resuming to look towards his paper.
So, you actually see one of the bar maids coming towards you, a bit unsure. It seems it's like, sir, can I help you? You seem to be a little more than sick currently.
Believe me when I say that if I couldn't fix this problem, I doubt you can.
Well, I am.
But you can help me with something, miss.
Yes.
He turns looking over to Facer, and he has this kind of really like a disappointed kind of teacher kind of looking face to him. His eyes are kind of blue and low. He slightly adjusts the wide brim glasses.
Yeah. I get what you're getting at.
Yeah. If you could fill my cup.
Of course, sir.
And he gently motions the mug over, and he doesn't even look at it as he does this, and he looks back towards the paper.
seems a bit, like, confused, if anything, because, you're sitting there with an IV bag, coughing, and she's like, should this man even be outside? But she doesn't question you further. She just kind of fills up your mug and then goes back to her work to to Kunic, actually, saying, sir, can I help you with anything? Would you like a drink or some food?
No.
All right. And she just turns her back because there seem to only be weird people today. And then she just sees, this very darkly clad bugbear sitting at the counter.
He's like the nicest guy.
Yeah. She's like, I'm not getting paid enough for this. Hello, good sir. Can I help you with anything? Would you like something to drink, something to eat?
Oh, but if only you could help me. My soul is so broken at this point. Maybe you could tell me, however, when did this place start playing such mainstream dribble? My old band and I could really rock this house.
You see, we just hire the bands from time to time and then let them play whatever they want to liven the place up, really.
Well, it's bringing it down. But that's where I belong. Deep down. Yes, I'll take an ale, please.
Okay, right away, sir. She's not having a good day already with all of this.
Oh yeah. It's
down.
always when you have these adventurers coming into the tavern, it's just the worst day. It's good for business,
much.
but it's not good for your for the rest of it.
Good.
Drake, we all died without you. It was a TPK.
Like, what the hell? Yeah, we're all fucking. We fell down.
Summoned a
cliff.
Tarrasque.
Yeah, we summoned.
I didn't realize that my character that hasn't been introduced yet was going to be so vital to the party's
I
survival.
gave you the
How dare you?
inspiration.
If only you were here for the past 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh
If
my-
only we had one cure wounds casted on Kunic from your paladin. Oh, wait, you're not paladin. Never mind.
Nope.
I thought you were
the
a paladin.
opposite.
Right, you're
God.
the
If only
edge
we had
paladin.
done the extra damage.
Yeah, if only we had 1d8 more damage.
Okay.
Okay, are we recording again?
Oh, I've been recording. I ain't never stopping.
Okay, cool.
We never stopped.
Okay.
Always have been.
Always on that grind.
So, I'm gonna assume I've made my way in at this point, and I see this lovely young lady who's having a bit of a time. I'm gonna kind of just like raise my hand and just kind of like beckon her towards me a bit.
He carefully comes closer at this point.
Okay.
Do describe
she-
what you look like.
Okay. As she approaches, she sees this large, broad figure. Over the entirety of this being's body, a large gray cloak sort of drapes over its form. It gets caught in some parts of the creature's anatomy at like the shoulders and near the neck, betraying what might be underneath. Over the head is completely covered by a hood. From under the sleeves, these large metal, like, talons sort of grip the table. Like, they look very similar to, like, the prosthetics that are created by Hawks Manufacturing. And one of these large clawed fingers is just slowly beckoning her towards him.
You're not one of the weirdest figures she's seen the last, 5 minutes. So, she's coming closer and saying, "Welcome to the Problem Solvers Guild, sir. What can I bring you?"
Hello. I feel welcome. Now, you seem a bit distressed, madam. I understand that adventurers are a bit of a fickle sort. Now, I would like you to bring me a drink. That would be much appreciated. Actually, do you have anything to eat?
Of course. We currently have our brunch menu, if you'd like.
Oh, brunch. Do you have anything raw? Meat, that is.
Raw meat. She gives you a bit of a look, but says, "Well, I could ask our cook for some, yes."
Oh, thank you so much. You
It's
see,
fucking
I have
raw.
a condition. It's fucking raw. I have a condition, as you could see, and I just kind of like gesture with like my prosthetic in quotation mark hands. I have been sick for a very long time, and well, the only way I can eat is raw. Bloody as possible if you can. Thank you.
I see. Well, I will inquire about it, and I'll be right. I'll be coming back to you soon.
Thank you, dear. You're doing a good job. And I'm going to go ahead and slip her a single gold coin.
Make
Oh,
me a
he
sleight of hand
tipped.
check.
Oh no, I'm being obvious about it. I'm like, you're doing a good job, and just like, here you go, and giving her a coin.
Oh, sir. Thank you very much. And she
Yeah.
gives you a curtsy little bow.
Sure.
And she seems to be happier right now, you know.
Well, you know me,
Cause-
always trying to brighten others' day. I'm going to look around, and how far away would Valdez be from me? I don't
I feel
know.
like it'd probably be like a table or two away, right?
yeah, let me
And-
actually see. I believe I have. Yeah, I do have a map for you guys that I could just pull you on, actually. I always forget I prepped maps for this. Oh, but not for this, apparently. Hold up. Did I? Did I not? 1 second. Should be.
I was waiting for a giggle that whole monologue. The whole time I was waiting for it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna pull you guys onto here. Bup. Bup, 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 bup.
Okay, so I'm
2,
like,
3. Yeah, I'm gonna give you control in like a second. Hold up. I'm controlled by settings.
Man, those are some cool icons. I wonder who did them.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
no idea.
Must have been a real awesome person.
yeah, they're fine. They're passable.
Must be Humble McHumbleson.
No, I'm kidding. Thank you
Shame.
so much. You did a great job.
Crow, you don't get to be here.
Oh my god, I just realized I didn't have the Roll20 link.
Yeah, okay, hold up. I was about to say, wait, I can't choose Crow. Where the fuck you at?
No.
Bro's just fucking excommunicated from the game.
It's like, wait, where's all the stuff we're talking about? Where is it? I thought we were doing theater of the mind over here.
Yeah, the fully
I thought
committed
you
theater
did.
of the mind.
Mr. Actor.
Yeah, I'm giving it.
Imagination.
Imagination.
I hope this doesn't. I hope it does.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Hey.
Is that a dancing bear in the chat? What the fuck?
Yep.
Wait, what?
Take a look at
Yeah.
Kooh 5e.
Yeah.
Kunic's been posting some gifs.
What? Not authorized. Hmm.
What?
Says
Well?
not authorized.
I made a voice chat channel. Got throw it in there.
No.
Huh?
We'll just make it all chaos. We'll all post in different channels randomly.
Gosh,
Make it stop.
not again! Leave the art channel alone! Leave
Hey,
it
go.
alone!
I'm having an issue with the invite you sent. It says not authorized.
Okay, hold up. I sent an invite in before. I just have to find it.
You were uninvited.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna pin that one real quick. It's also in Kooh 5e chat.
Gotcha.
Hold up. Pin message. Yes. Pin it.
Okay.
Yeah, Nova took your spot.
God damn it, Nova.
Just get mad at her.
She's doing a better crow impression than you are.
No!
Exactly. She
I'm
did such a
taking
good
over.
crow impression.
It actually sounded like a crow.
She fucking consumed my body, taking my soul. There we go.
Ah, nice.
Okay, alright, I'm back. I'm in it, boys.
I am the Crobotonics.
Good,
So-
good.
Chromatotics?
That's what
Yeah,
that's what we call
called
it.
her.
So Drake,
Let
is
me
that where you're
just-
sitting down?
Where's Valdez? I see him because he seems to be the most well-spoken individual.
Should we
I want to make friends.
I feel like, because, I mean, I am a scientist after all. That whole exchange, you would have noticed Valdez had his newspaper, like, slightly tipped down as he's looking over. And the moment you look back, he would turn very slightly as if he wasn't looking over, and he just raises the newspaper very slightly. And then his eyes kind of dart looking back at you, and then they look back at the paper. But, like, not in, like, a subtle way. He does this all very slowly, like, more meticulously as he's looking around through the tavern. And then his eyes kind of follow, looking towards where the waitress went, and then he looks back towards his coffee. And then he just looks back at the newspaper.
Well, we appear to have a bit of an eavesdropper. I'm gonna go ahead and stand up from my table, and as I do, you can hear creaking, like metal scraping against metal.
Mhm.
And as I limp my way towards the table where this strange golden masked man is, the heavy...
Oh, he wouldn't be wearing the golden mask right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where this very lovely man with his deep eyes and bushy beard.
Oh, please go
Shippers,
on.
get ready.
Yeah.
Shippers, get ready.
Not again.
Yeah.
Fanfiction time!
Yeah. You see that I'm almost having a hard time walking. Every once in a while, I need to like grasp on to a table or a chair as I limp my way towards you. And I sit down. Are you at a bar or a table?
I think I'm sitting at the bar. That looks like the bar over there, right?
You can move your icon to wherever you want. You should have control over it.
Okay. Let's see. Well, these motherfuckers can scooch. I'm gonna be right here.
I go up behind this guy, snap his neck, and take a spot.
Yeah, exactly. I fucking just body his ass. I suplex him, and then just like nonchalantly take the seat there.
Yeah.
No one makes any response towards it at all. Like no one even recognizes the guy who's passed out on the floor. And then
You're not the protagonist. Fuck off.
You are unimportant!
Alright, I'm gonna make my way over to his table and then creakily sit across from him.
when you arrive, you can tell he hears you the whole way as he kind of twitches himself a little bit as he hears the creaking, as if it's like annoying him. And then finally, like after like a minute, he finally lowers the newspaper a little bit, and you can see from the horn rimmed glasses his eyes staring back, looking up at you. And then he very slowly raises the newspaper back up.
So,
You might want to
anything-
get that checked.
Oh. I've been meaning to. It's, my old age has been catching up with me, and these bones just aren't what they used to be. Is there anything interesting happening in, the City of Cinderdale? You seemed pretty glued to that paper, sir.
I lower it very slowly, and then finally he folds it, places it down, and he looks over towards his coffee, with the waitress is still not filled. And he looks back towards you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
It's
sorry,
so
have you
hard to get
mistaken
good
me
at-
as some sort of writer of a gazetteer, or some sort of... what? News person?
Oh, no. I just take you up as a man who keeps track of current events. Someone who might recognize, someone who might not fit in.
As you kind of flattered him a bit with that, he leans back a bit. Why, of course. I would like to consider myself to be incredibly well informed.
Oh.
Information
was-
is a deadlier weapon than the sword, is it not?
Well, I don't know much about weapons. However, I do still value information. I'm gonna go ahead and reach under my cloak with my prosthetic, again in quotation marks, and then place this piece of paper on the table. Now, what do you make of this? And push it towards him. And it's the letter, or a flyer, about this job from Victoria Hawks.
Noticing like a bit of the familiarity with it, his eyes kind of go a little wide for a moment before he takes off the glasses. Okay.
You are here because you have been personally invited. You haven't gotten the flyer or anything. Victoria Hawks has written to not to you, Drake, to Gaskin.
Oh, okay.
So you would already know about this, but like not from flyers or job offers or anything.
Yeah, something tells me I didn't get a personal invite.
No, I'm sorry.
Something tells me that the thing that goes bump in the night, Nazgul looking motherfucker doesn't have a P.O. box.
Kunic, do you have a P.O. box? I'm going to take that as a yes.
He answered in character by saying nothing. I love it. So I slide it with like this clawed hand.
I see. So I would notice that you don't have an invite then, and see that you have the little flyer, and he kind of scoffs a bit as he looks at it. So you're the hired help then.
Oh.
He has a very different tone now as he leans back, and he looks back at the newspaper again.
Hired help. Well, you flatter me, but I came here of my own volition. Think of me more of a private contractor. I find
Private contractor.
yeah,
Fascinating.
very.
You see, a private contractor is typically hired. He then turns and looks towards his own note, and he kind of gestures at it a little bit. He kind of shakes it a little bit in his hand before he puts it back into his coat pocket.
Oh, well, I see you've gotten a personal invite. You must
Why, of
be
course.
of some importance then.
He kind of, like, flattered by that, kind of looks up a bit, and as if he's not looking towards you, but away from you. Why, of course. You know who I am, do you not?
Do I know who he is?
Make
me
me
listening
you-
from the sewers.
Make me a history check at disadvantage because you're a sewer rat.
Sick. Also, I smell a little. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Also, he smells.
I smell a little bit of like rusty barbed wire fence
Ew.
mixed with
Oh.
like, yeah, just like like out in a forest and just like covered in moss. That's me.
I'm sensing a consistency with your characters here.
They're all just fucking horrible.
I stink.
Prosthetics, yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 15, and then my history bonus, which I actually played a smart boy this time. That's gonna be 18.
Ooh. Yeah, you've heard the name, was it Valdez Gaskin before?
Professor Valdez Gaskin.
Professor Valdez Gaskin. You've heard that name before. You don't know details of what happened, but you know he used to be a doctor, but was disgraced after he flew off the handle a little bit, trying to what rumors told you, trying to cure something, it seemed, but again, you don't know the details of it.
Of course. Who in the entirety of Cinderdale has not heard of Professor Valdez Gaskin? I have to say, I'm rather flustered to even be sitting at the same table as you.
As you should be.
You see, I've heard rumors that you know a thing or two about death. That you, have a way of expediting it, so to say.
If I may be honest, I find death fascinating.
Oh, then we have something in common. Go on.
Valdez reaches over towards his mug, takes a bit of a sip, places it back down. Unfortunately, as I am currently on sabbatical, which you know is a lie because you know he was kicked out of the school for his practices.
But
While
I
I'd
don't
be-
let you know that.
Yeah.
I can just keep nodding from under my hood.
Nodding, yeah, of course. As much as I would like to lecture you, unfortunately I'm no longer being paid for it. However, I could be persuaded to teach another class, free of charge.
Well, what is it you would want, Mr. Gaskin?
He motions the mug back over towards his lips as he takes another sip, places it back down. Test subjects.
Test subjects. Oh. What if I told you I knew where we could get an abundance of those?
Well then, I would be flattered.
Well, I don't think that's a conversation we can really discuss in a, polite
No,
establishment such as this. But
Perhaps not,
I
but
think
something to
you-
consider, I suppose. Mr.
Absolutely.
He says, gesturing towards you.
Oh. This is the first time where I've ever actually had to give someone a name. So I just kind of I pause for a second and just silence. Belauer.
Below.
Mr. Belauer.
He
I'm-
motions his hand towards you, like to shake it.
I extend my hand to politely shake his as well. And I just when you feel my hand kind of close around yours, you
Mhm.
feel it's kind of trembling, like a locked servo that breaks through some rust and then all of a sudden grasps onto your hand suddenly,
Mhm.
as if it were somewhat out of my own control.
That's interesting. As he shakes, he gives a pretty firm shake, but that trembling, he lingers on that for a little bit as he kind of holds the hand a bit too long, as if he looks you notice his eyes looking towards where he's looking at these little servos that are kind of budging, and he just kind of lowers his gaze for that moment before he then looks back up and then retreats his hand.
I do the same.
Well, this is interesting.
Oh, is he right here?
I've been.
Has he just popped
You-
I've been.
Hovering
You-
the whole time.
Yeah, you see, or rather, you haven't actually noticed, but as you've been having your conversation, a figure has been slowly stalking closer to you. Undetected until they started to speak.
He's the person who's sitting right next to where the other person was.
Yeah, I snapped
Yeah,
his
on
neck
that,
and took a
yeah.
spot.
Whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah, in Guardians of the Galaxy, Drax, he's if I don't move, they'll never see me, I'm invisible.
Yeah.
I was kind of
Yeah.
doing that.
Just
He's
full
literally
drag.
vibrating at the same sequence as the atoms in the air, where he's become completely invisible.
If you stand still, they won't see you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was a mighty interesting conversation. Oh, and by the way, you, whatever you are, you really want to ask for a blue steak next time. It's a little uncivilized to ask for rare.
Oh, I understand. I'm not from here, sir. So, perhaps the dialect is a bit foreign to me. I apologize if I did seem...
Oh, I'm
Wait,
not offended.
savage.
I'm just... It's a bit of a pet peeve.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize.
Yes.
Man who approached and did not introduce himself.
And who might you be?
My apologies. I look down for a second, looking towards the name tag that's on my shirt.
Yeah.
My name. I can't say this is a straight face, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh no. What is this?
My name is Willard. Willard.
So
Yeah.
what you see as he's
It's such a
saying
stupid ass
this,
name, sorry.
it says it does not say Willard on the name tag. It actually says Dralin. So exactly the other way around.
Oh yeah.
So, you read it backwards?
I read it upside down.
Oh,
Up to you guys to call me out on it, but yes. My Willard, yes.
Yeah. Gaskin kind of lowers his horn-rimmed glasses again. He looks towards the name tag. He makes the observation, but he doesn't say anything on it. But you do notice he's looking at it for quite some time, and then he looks back up at you before raising the glasses.
Yes. As you can see, I am a traveling merchant. I partly dabble in making certain people deceased, and I couldn't quite help myself upon eavesdropping your little discussion here.
well, I admire your subtlety. Now,
Thank you.
as a traveling merchant, Willard, was it?
Yes.
Have for sale.
I think you cut out there. What'd you say?
What do you have for sale?
That is a good question. Right now, I emptied my wares before I entered the town. Currently, nothing.
Do I believe this man?
Make an insight check, and Kunic, you make me a deception check.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh, I rolled really
MP?
poorly. I rolled a 3, so that's a 12.
Okay, sick. My wisdom ain't so hot, so sick. Oh, come on, I have a YouTube channel about this shit. I should know what it's
Right?
That is going to be a 13.
Oh, just by 1.
It's
Yeah.
barely, but Not is probably not really telling the truth.
Oh, a shame.
Yes.
You know, I like to support the local economy, so I would have loved to give you a coin or two.
Well,
but-
yeah, I'm not really local. Traveling merchant, it's in the name.
Oh, well, you know, potato, potato, merchant the merchant.
I
Understood.
believe he is attempting to tell you that the wares he sells are not the kind you would typically buy at a market. Is that not true?
Yes, yes, that is precisely it.
Well, then you are quite interesting after all. Tell me,
Oh, macabre.
macabre. Yes, I that's a good word. Mr. Gaskin, you're a walking thesaurus.
He kind of gives a bit of a slight smile to that before looking
He's
back
like-
towards.
The fuck is a thesaurus?
What? You mean to tell me that this steampunk city with newspapers does not have a thesaurus?
Gaskin wrote the thesaurus.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just looking up a
Honestly,
bunch
I've
of
read
big
my
words
work.
to use.
Is that a dinosaur?
All right, it's now canon. Cinderdale does not have a thesaurus, and we gotta find one.
Yeah, exactly. That will be the
That's
goal of
what
this
the-
campaign, right?
That
Oh,
is-
yes, that whole campaign.
That's what Hawks wants to find. Is a thesaurus.
Thesaurus.
She's like, I want to use other words to make myself sound smarter, but I sound like a fucking idiot.
I keep writing very for everything.
Oh my god.
We have to find out if funnier is a real word.
Funny. So I oh, go ahead.
He proceeds to say, y'all.
No, just the barmaid would slowly go over to you, Bear, bring you your ale. Look over to the group that's forming somewhat concernedly, especially because she has to go over to you, considering she has 1, coffee, and 2, your raw ass meat. Which, first ale on your table, and slowly stalks over to you. Here you go, sirs. And brings you your coffee, brings you your raw steak. It is indeed very raw and bloody, as you requested. Though you see some of the patrons of the bar being, a little weirded out at this, but it's whatever. To a lot of them.
What? I have a condition.
Just all self-conscious about it. Like, what the hell, guys?
I kind of reach out
weird.
with my with my prosthetics and grab the hunk of meat off from the table, and then just kind of like, at this point you notice how very similar my claws are to actual steak knives now that they're next to an actual steak. And then I just kind of like put it under the hood, and then release my hand, and the steak is gone.
Fascinating.
She turns around and just kind of goes away again, tending to the other customers. Leaves
I like how fast she just moved.
Like
she was
that.
moving.
Full action,
Get the
fucking
fuck out
30
of
feet.
there.
It's like,
It's like a very fast walk. She's still walking, but it's like I'm not allowed to run, but I want to get away quickly.
She just
Kind of
insane bolts her way to the next
she
table.
met with
Almost
Edward
dropped the fucking
Scissorhands over
platter.
here.
Yeah.
Walker.
Hell.
So now, coffee in hand, I look back towards Willard. A merchant of death hired by Victoria Hawks, I imagine, then.
Something like that.
Fascinating.
Yes, as fascinating as watching our friend over here eat that steak. Do it again.
What? Excuse you?
It's interesting. Not a lot
I-
happens here.
I see. Well, if you feel like buying me another one,
Sure.
I'm tight on coin.
You
I say, as
you-
if like I didn't just
you
give
just-
my 1 single gold coin to this
Yeah.
waitress.
Which would have paid off 2 steaks easily.
Oh god damn it. No, I've lived in the sewer my entire life. I don't know the concept of money. Someone fucking dropped it in a sewer grate one day, and I was like, ooh, shiny.
That's like most adventurers. It's like, oh, thanks for the food at the bar. Here's 2 platinum.
I can't eat it, so I have to do something with it.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, guys. Just
shiny metal circle.
But I can't
Very
get the image out of my head, but I keep envisioning you as Crocubot from Rick and Morty.
Crocubot.
Yeah, I just think it fits it to a T, that's all I'm saying.
I feel it. I feel it. It's like a Nazgul Crocubot.
Yeah.
No. So you two both received personal invitations from Victoria Hawks. Is that correct?
Yes. Wait, did I?
Indeed.
Wait, did I?
Well, Kunic, you didn't, but a voice told you that,
Yes.
so it needed to just be kept
Mhm.
under wraps, really.
Yes.
So, pray tell, you two, how many people in this, guild do you think are here specifically for that job? Do you think there's going to be a lot of competition?
Victoria Hawks prides herself as one of the lead manufacturers of prosthetics. I imagine she would be insulting herself if there
Crow,
wasn't a bit of-
you broke up a little bit there.
Oh, my bad. I imagine Victoria Hawks being... Oh, is it broken up still or no?
No, that sounds good.
No,
Sounds
you-
fine, yeah.
Yeah.
As the leading manufacturer of prosthetics in the city, I imagine Victoria Huck would be, well, she would be insulting her own image if there wasn't at least a little bit of competition.
Yes, and I must admit, there's one less bit of competition in the restroom.
Again, I admire your subtlety, sir.
You're very lucky that nobody
of
really
it.
seems to be listening to you.
Oh, comes out of the bathroom just like, holy shit!
Dude, there's a fucking dead guy in there!
You haven't seen
has no
anybody
hands.
go in and out of the bathroom yet. Yet.
He did the hitman thing, he just stuffed him in a trash can or something.
No, the traveling
body's
merchant
somewhere.
is in the trash can right now.
Oh my gosh. You guys are horrible.
Put him in a fucking cooler.
Yeah, just put him in like a fucking wastebasket.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Interesting, Willard. Now, I do believe that if we are going to have a chance to get, chosen for this job, because Victoria Hawks is a very wealthy lady, but she's not going to hire every sod in this establishment. I think we need to get a team together, so to say, and simply come forth and present ourselves in a way that makes our skills more marketable. What do you think? Am I off base?
Well,
There's safety in numbers, I'll admit, though I typically work alone.
Oh. Well, I, for one, am a huge fan of teamwork. I lie, because, again, I live in a sewer.
Yeah.
And I'm full well. I just literally need people here in case I start falling apart.
Oh no.
Now, anyone else in this establishment catch your eye? You two? Professionals, of course. I respect your opinions on hiring teammates.
I turn and look over towards the bugbear. He wouldn't be my first pick, but
bugbear.
Don't forget there's one more person that needs to get invited. Introduced.
oh yeah,
Nope, not right now.
Not yet.
Not yet.
gotcha.
You're good. We got plans, don't worry.
Oh, whoa. Plans within plans.
I imagine
So-
Bear is like that Shifty Eyes meme right now. Like looking back and forth.
Yeah.
Don't come near me.
Yeah, with like the monkey puppet.
Yeah.
Just like-
Oh my gosh.
So I've actually been just sitting there like holding this really fancy veal, trying to get everyone to notice it. Like I have it like holding it out like I want everyone to ask somebody desperately to ask me about it.
And nobody cares.
I'm gonna look over and I'm there like, sir, how about you tell me about that viol?
Oh, this bad boy. I kind of like get up. I'm definitely like too excited to tell him about it. But I'm trying to like.
Oh my god, someone asked about the veal.
Basically. I kind of like spin out of the chair with a bit of a flourish,
Yeah.
you know, kind of really brandishing the veal. This old thing. And I play a couple notes, just like, you know, it feels powerful. It feels like a stronger than normal veal. Like it has some extra properties to it. And I kind of like play a couple notes as I kind of like take a couple steps forward and then like almost like spin around. So I'm like coming down. I kind of spin back around the table and then sit next to you with a little bit of a flourish. which is weird because I'm like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
I'm
Very
gonna,
long limbs too, right?
Super long, yeah, super long limbs. And I'm skinny for my size too. So I'm like really tall, really skinny. But
I'm feeling a little threatened right now, so I'm going to lean down and whisper into your ear. I'm wearing your kin on my shoulders. Don't test me.
I admire your subtlety.
I with the weight of my ancestors on my shoulders every day. But sir, you asked about this viol.
I just kind of like nod from under my hood.
Its name is Soulbear. It bears your soul open to the world.
Gaskin kind of chuckles a bit. That's a parody, is it not? Soul bearer, you're a bug. Dare I say it?
Says a man who's too married to his books, clearly. You wouldn't know soul if it fell out of your drink.
Gaskin kind of scoffs a bit as he looks back towards this newspaper.
Yes, I don't imagine those that can't understand the weight of the world to understand.
Just
off my pain.
Oh, my pain.
Exactly. He just kind of like now that he has a little bit of an audience watching, he kind of plays it real soft because there's still like the band playing, but just kind of showing that I have skill.
Yeah, that you're better than them.
Exactly, I know how to play this viol, but I try to look like I'm not doing it for them.
Yeah, but you are like at the same time.
Oh, it's clear.
Yeah.
I'm doing it directly for.
Clearly, like you're like looking, you're like staring them down.
Yeah.
You're like locking eyes with like the.
No. What I'm
or
doing is
something.
I'm looking down, but I keep looking up. Like I'm like acting like I'm looking down, but I look up every so often to make sure everyone like they're still looking at me.
A man after Valdez's heart.
Exactly.
Make me a performance check, please.
Ooh, plus the performance. Ooh.
15. So,
Yeah. You do attract the attention of those that are like most close by right now. They're looking over to you. They seem to be really more interested by what you seem to be playing right now than what the band is playing. There's some eyes on you. It's pretty solid performance you're putting on.
okay, so
Not
like how
you
many people?
care.
I say how many people are now looking at me? If it's
Okay,
more
so
than
it's
3, he's about to make this way bigger deal than it should be.
So there's actually more people in this problem solver is good right now than what is shown on the map. So yes, it would be more than 3 people that are looking at you.
So then he starts playing like a bit like he carries the same tune, but because at first he was just trying to show off for like this 1-2 people. Now that he's got like people watching him, he gets he starts to get kind of emboldened a little bit. He kind of leans forward and starts playing just a little bit louder, add that little bit of flourish at the end.
Mm-hmm. The band seems to be like a little bit annoyed since you're kind of interrupting their performance, but the other patrons they do have their eye on you currently, so they seem to be amused by your performance. Yes.
What a Chad.
And this is definitely a veal version of I'm not okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You hear people saying,
Oh, no.
"My word, I've never heard music of this kind before. How strange."
It comes from the soul, darling.
I'm gonna lean over to Valdez and be like, "You said this wasn't your first choice?"
No, it was not.
I don't see why not. He's quite impressive. Good for a distraction, perhaps? Or two? Maybe 40?
I suppose. It depends how long he lasts. But a distraction, yes, that would be preferable. He seems very distracting.
Well,
As he looks back at his newspaper.
he's not paying attention to him at all.
Yeah. Irritated when he hears the music.
You're like, you're a music elitist.
Yeah.
I like classical myself.
If it's not Vivaldi, I don't give a shit.
Beethoven, how dare you?
Yeah.
I only listen to the old masters.
Yeah,
I listen to Bach and Bach then only.
Bach and Bach.
I'll go ahead and turn to our bugbear friend. Well, that certainly was impressive. Normally, I don't like so many eyes in my direction, but I'm willing to make an exception for a performance like that. I didn't catch your name, sir.
Oh, what are names but fleeting things in this giant
Damn it.
universe?
Well, names are noises that people make to refer to a person. Oh, so I've been told. What noise should I make to refer to you?
But you
I
may
will
call
not
me
be
Numb.
making that noise.
Then you may call me Numb, for it is what I feel all the time.
Damn.
I see. Numb. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Numb. Do I know anything about this man who has just sat down? Do I recognize any part of him, or is he just like the Chad who has won my heart?
He is
saying
that has won your heart. He doesn't seem to be from here, apparently.
Okay.
Or from the sewers, you know.
Oh.
His
I
only
see.
point of reference.
The sewer.
It's sewer.
I just happen to know Valdez because he tends to visit sometimes.
Yeah. Pop in for a seat.
Just to get away from it all.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, this seems to be a decently sized group we have together. I mean, each of us have our talents. If you don't mind, what are your talents, all of you? Or what do you bring to the table?
I would like to ask the same of you.
Oh, well, I tend to know some magic. Unconventional magic, of course. Nothing that you would be bothered with, Valdez, of course, being the scientist that you are.
Sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from the effects of the arcane.
God
A
damn it.
practitioner would recognize as such.
Oh, but of course. Have you ever heard of the sanguine arts before? Mr.
Oh, I know what that is.
Make me a sanguine arts. I have to be reminded myself. Actually, do I know that?
Sanguine
Like the
arts, I mean,
arcana?
blood magic. Like blood
It's
magic.
not magic.
It's a
Okay,
it's
I
a
was about to
pretentious
say
way of
it's like
saying blood magic.
I was about to say
No.
sanguine a word. I don't know the word sanguine. That was the problem.
Whatever it is, if it's arcana, I rolled
no.
a 26.
I'm
Oh my
sorry.
god.
I don't know all English vocabulary. Don't bully me. Anyway,
It's all good. It's Latin for blood. It's super pretentious.
make me an arcana check, please.
All right, 26.
When you're
You've heard of it, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't used it before, but you've read a lot about it, also in your studies. You know.
An
know-
act of a cult. You know some countries ban such practices.
Oh, I can assure you, my practice of blood magic is the least bannable thing about me.
I see. Such illicit acts would get us in trouble. But I suppose we're already in deep now.
Oh. With all due respect, Gaskin, I think you know a thing or two about getting into trouble.
He narrows his
Certainly.
eyes at that moment as he looks at you.
And certainly know ways to get out of trouble as well. Do not be concerned for me, I've survived many, many years. Now that I've answered your question, I believe it's your turn. And yours, and yours. As I gesture to everyone at the table.
Well, I suppose I should go first then, as he lowers the newspaper.
By the way, Numb is like super interested in how edgy this whole conversation is.
Oh, it's incredibly
Hell
edgy.
yeah.
I was gonna say he's so into
It's
it.
just like he's just playing low music like the whole time.
Yeah, he
It's
takes it
so-
down to Peg, so it's just much more ominous sounding now.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's undertoning everything.
Mhm.
Edgy is fun. It's like self-aware edge, so it's cool.
Yeah.
It's okay this time.
It's see, edgy characters, non-edgy players. That's what
Yeah.
works.
Gosh,
See,
that's great.
I'm playing an in-game edgelord.
Exactly.
It's
Oh, I
perfect.
just wanted a party of like heroes. What am I stuck with, you guys?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But
Valdez reaches into his coat pocket before he unfurls what appears to be like it's like a small mechanical like bird, which you see then unfurls its wings, which are not made of feathers, but like these little spindles of wire and metal. As this thing then suddenly chirps as it comes to life, and then flies and rests atop his shoulder. Valdez kind of cracks his knuckles a bit as he then turns and looks towards you. As an alchemist, I see my work in transmutation, potions, and the like. My
Oh.
work allows me to meld the flesh, change the properties of objects, and of course, to restore the wounded. As you can see, I bring a lot to the table.
Well, color me impressed, Professor. You see, the entire time, from under my hood, you can see a faint, like, little glow from two eyes, and they have been locked on your bird the whole time. I find it fascinating.
This little inorganic bird has all these like kind of servos moving around it, and you can see it's like looking at like the inside of a watch or like a clock, and you could see all of these little widgets moving back and forth as it turns. But it has these weird, uncanny, bird-like kind of movements, like how it cocks its head and moves back and forth. But you see, it has no mouth. Instead, it has this little cap that resembles a beak. Though you see it kind of flips open, you can see this little needle jutting out from it before it flips itself back in.
I'm gonna become best friends with this bird. Alright, well, who's next?
I'll go. This will be quick. I lean in, and for the first time, you guys get a nice, like, little look-see at what I look like. I've been kind of in the shadows this whole time. And so I've got, like, white hair kind of tied up in a ponytail in the back. Got, like, an eye patch. Got a scar going down the other side, because, you know, we're edgelords. Come on. That's what we do.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know, I'm a merchant.
Scars on scars.
Yeah. I'm a merchant that has seen a lot of shit. You can easily tell this. There's not much to me, really. I end things for payment. And I do this, and I'm gesturing towards the bugbear to the side of me. And as I do, you briefly see a blade quickly extract and retract back into my wrist in the direction of the bugbear.
Oh my god.
I'm sure you get what I'm saying. When I lean back up and I'm done.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shows up, says how he kills shit, refuses to elaborate, leaves.
Leave. Yeah.
The one time I'm not actually subtle. Or the one time
We're all-
I actually am subtle,
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
Hell yeah. We're all just a party of edgelord Giga Chads. I sort of like nod my head. Say no more. Your subtlety is appreciated.
Yes.
And I say it genuinely this time. I nod to him.
Thank you.
Finally, I turn to our edgy little furbait. Hello. I believe it's your turn.
It is not edge, it is just the knife that makes up my soul.
Knives have edges. You are aware of this, correct?
Yes, but it is a knife's edge. It's different. Don't argue with me.
I see. I understand completely.
Different.
Please go on.
Different.
You have a debate over edge.
Yeah.
Edge. What does it mean to be edge?
What does it to be the true edgelord?
To be or not to be.
I don't expect you to understand. I am different than everyone else, I understand.
Built
Unique
different.
in my worldview. No one understands me.
Not like other girls.
I'm not like other bards.
Yeah.
um,
Oh,
Okay.
there's not much to tell. Just a lifetime of pain, but I was in a band you may have heard of, or probably not. We weren't really mainstream. It was my alchemical romance.
Oh my god.
he says it in a way that, like, you know, you wouldn't understand, but at the same time, like, he's hoping you've heard of him.
You see it in his eyes. He's just like, please, 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 please.
I believe I have
My
heard of this
alchemical
band.
romance.
They were terrible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect the simple mind to understand. It is not for everyone. Bearing of one's soul, the pain to the world.
I see.
But I come here because I choose to, well, you could say I'm an innovator of sorts. I believe the technology here will help me make something called, and he takes a big dramatic look, a big dramatic right. Is there an actual dude at the table with us right there, or is that just like on the screen?
That is just on the screen. You kind of just sat
I
over him,
hope-
really.
There was
Yeah.
a guy that's right next to me who's just looking at all this like, what
Yeah,
the
just-
fuck?
Listening to us talk about how
Pretending
easily
not
we
to hear
kill
any of this.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. There's nobody with
God
you at the
damn it.
table because that you would be in jail, quite frankly.
But
the
this-
campaign would be over.
Hell yeah.
But I take a big dramatic look left and right, make sure no one else can hear.
I call it reverb, and it will change music forever.
Oh, I see. I was laughing a little bit in character there, but I was also laughing out of character. Oh,
No, you hear and you feel it.
well, I'm gonna lean over to Valdez, who I'm still sitting next to. Oh, no, I'm sitting across the table from him. Like, so, distraction, yes,
Distraction.
distraction, excellent. And I lean back over to him.
You know I can hear you. I'm sitting right next to you.
Oh shit!
I'm well aware.
I'm all apologetic, but Val is just like, and
Yes.
oh well,
Problem?
maidens.
No maiden.
no maidens.
No maidens.
That's where all his pain comes from.
No
Yeah.
maidens.
The lack of maidens.
The lack of maidens, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Well, Mr. Numb, it is a pleasure to be a part of the story of Reverb. I hope it goes very far, very fast.
It will.
Yes.
Guarantee. I don't believe I caught your name, however.
Oh, that's right. My name is Balower. It's a long name I've had my entire life. Yes, Balower.
That sounds like something someone whose name was not Blower their whole life would say.
He's clearly lying. However, I don't expect us to trade our real names now, are we?
Oh, I already gave you mine.
A shame.
His name is actually Numb.
It is legally yes at the moment. Whether it has always been legally that, who knows?
I love it. As I'm sure you have surmised, I am ill-experienced in the matters of social interaction.
Clearly.
So, that being said, I think we have the beginning of a team. Now, how about we make our way towards, we would go to her manor, right?
Yeah.
I propose that we make our way towards Mrs. Hawk's manor and see if we can't get an appointment with the woman herself.
That seems like a fair proposition. Though, I would appreciate if you could cut a bit back on the compensation by attempting to take a leadership role. The social problems, I mean.
Oh, no,
Of course.
Not at all. Not at all. I will not be doing the talking. I can assure you.
You do
He
stumble
said
quite a
you're
bit.
weird.
It's
Yes,
bad for
I am.
presentation, as you'd imagine.
I agree completely. You
Of
see,
course.
yes. I think that's going to be his job, and I'm just gonna kind of like nudge our boy Numb. After all, distraction and whatnot.
Oh dear. Maybe you should do the talking then.
As one that can connect from soul to soul,
Oh my.
I understand. I am also the most beautiful here, so, it makes sense.
Yes.
I
of
retract my previous statement. You can be in charge.
course. No. I do not wish to have a leadership role. Anyway, I believe it's time we. Oh fuck! Here I go. I'm sorry. I'm an instigator. That's my.
What's great too is you have this like old grizzled orc acting like he's like 16 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Orcs, man.
You wouldn't
Yeah.
understand my deep
Yeah.
long life. At 16
Basically,
years.
I imagine like he's like 50, but like an orc. Well, for an orc, he's like 30.
Oh yeah.
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 It does work like that.
Well, 30 is old enough to have like wear
Yeah.
from
It's true.
life.
It's true.
I think so.
Yeah.
For
Those are
sure.
pretty fucked up 30-year-olds.
Yeah, same.
Hey, Bear. I'm never going to forgive you for that joke. That is all. And
Bruh.
I did my king.
as a nervous tick for the rest of this little mini campaign, every so often, I'm going to flick my wrist in your general direction, and a blade's going to extract and retract very quickly, like a fidget spinner, almost. Like I'm just going to be doing it as a nervous tick. Only in your direction, though.
Love that.
I'm going to go out of my way to do it in your
Wonderful.
direction.
Good. It adds to the
Wonderful.
danger of my aroma.
Wonderful group you've got there. Amazing.
Edgy spitter.
My god.
All right, so mana time, correct?
Yes. You can make your way over. The patrons and the barmaids, they seem to be kind of glad that you're going.
Oh,
I
fuck off.
admit.
As we walk out, I turn around and give a bow to the people that were noticing me.
They were charmed enough by your performance. It's mostly, the rest, really.
Oh yeah, I feel it.
I'm just I'm just shocked. Shocked no one found him.
Body gets
Oh,
reported.
Gotta get out of there fast.
Actually, I'm sorry. I wanted to add that as you leave, you hear a very loud scream from the inside from a man in the soul saying, "Oh my god, there's somebody in here!"
and everybody
time
starts
to go.
freaking the fuck out.
Oh my god, you're
Let's
not
go.
getting out.
It's time.
You're gonna get
Let's
the
get
police
out.
called on you.
Oh my God.
They don't know what I look like.
But you
It's
guys
fine.
are gone.
So it's all good. You guys are already away.
Oh, point of clarification. He ain't dead. Just gonna throw that out there.
Oh, okay.
I knocked him out and threw him in a trash bag or a trash can.
Okay.
I bet that person
well,
would
if you
still
still-
scream though because
him in
they
a
think,
trash
yeah,
bag.
they think it's a dead body.
Would have thought he's dead
Oh,
when
yeah.
he's unconscious,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the uproar stays the very same.
I'd like
It's
to
still-
imagine that he like knocked him out and then like, okay, I'm gonna be merciful this time and put him in a trash bag where he's suffocated to death.
Oh god.
What an unfortunate
After this
accident.
run is over.
He just fell over into this trash bin and died of suffocation. Oh, the humanity!
What a horrible
Wait, does it still
tragedy.
count as a pacifist run? You didn't kill him technically.
It was an accident.
Technically.
Yeah.
I shoved him into
So
it.
you still get the
Officer,
achievement.
I
Yeah.
didn't kill him. It was the bullet. It wasn't my fault.
Yeah, I shit. Physics. You could blame God. This is an act of God, really.
Yeah.
Truthfully, he stopped the bullet, which is the issue. Like if he just let it
Yeah.
keep going,
Mm.
it would have been fine.
That's his fault.
Technically, he should be in jail, but he's dead. So
I'll throw his corpse in there.
Interfering with the discharge of a firearm is a Class A felony, dude.
oh, definitely.
Way. Putting that
Anyway.
aside. You guys must make your Cinderdale is a very big city. You can actually see electrical powered. I think the word is trams, not trains. I'm not
Yeah,
quite sure.
Tram is like a trolley going through the city.
Yeah. You see those actually going around the city. They're stopping
It's Trolley.
at Trolley. It's a
British.
trolley. British.
British people.
Oh,
Cheerio.
See a trolley
Oh my
going
gosh.
through town. And you can take it from the entertainment quarter to the very aptly and not so creatively titled affluent neighborhood, which is right over here.
I love that they actually call their own neighborhood affluent neighborhood. Where do you live? I live in the affluent neighborhood. I'm sure
You know,
that.
I
me.
wanted, actually,
live in
I
the
wanted to give it
affluent.
another name, and then I couldn't think of anything, and I was like, fuck it.
I like to imagine that like the affluent neighborhood's like the worst part of the city, and they call
Yeah.
it that ironically.
That was like a
Oh
joke.
my gosh.
Or it's actually they just rename it to Posh Man Make No Poor People.
Yeah. Make no
You actually hear the name of quote-unquote affluent neighborhood being thrown around by people who don't live there, actually, who are like, oh yeah, that place is full of those, stuck-up people, basically. They call it that, derogatory terms, basically.
Base.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fuck you, affluent neighborhood.
My homies and I hate the affluent neighborhood.
Yeah, my homies and I hate the affluent neighborhood.
But you guys can take the trolley if you want, or you can go by foot, but it would take significantly longer. Since again, it's a big city. It's a big city.
Oh, trolley time it is. Shit.
Trolley time.
And a trolley.
You guys can take the trolley, but you stick out like a sore thumb. There's just normal people going about their day. They're just trying to, go to work and whatnot. And suddenly there's just you guys in there, and they're like, just gonna.
Wait, you never seen a fucking adventure
That is
before? Look,
possible.
I'm gonna look at the guy next. Gonna look at the guy next to me, just like down at him, and be like, from under my hood, "Hello, what's your name?"
Ashton.
Hello, Ashton. And then I just go back to ignoring him.
He's
Is there like a
weirded out.
is there like a family in here?
There are families in here. Yeah, there's a mom with her 2 little children in there.
Oh no!
I just kind of look over in the direction. I'm like, would you like to hear a story?
The mother just looks up at you. This hulking figure of a bugbear dressed, in all these like emo style clothing in all black. And
I'm gonna stare at her.
Children.
I'm gonna stare at her and try to intimidate her. Just through the stare alone.
You wanna intimidate her? Sure.
I want to
Give me
intimidate
an
her.
intimidation check.
Oh my
Bro, I was about to win.
Guys, we haven't
I was
even
about
made it
to
to
win.
the man.
He's messing
13.
up my wings.
13.
crap.
I'm just imagining like this little dark corner in like the back of this trolley right now, like JoJo, like lines coming off of
All of us are just huddled
That's
into
pretty
one
much
shadow.
exactly it.
Everyone's trying to cram themselves in the dark corner.
Everyone's like as far away as possible.
Yeah.
We're like an edgelord commune where we share the darkness.
It just follows you all.
Are they
Do you remember that
intimidated?
episode
I
of
want to
SpongeBob?
hear. Oh, sorry.
I was saying, do you remember the episode of SpongeBob where like the Krusty Krab was divided between like where the dark side was and like all the lights were off?
This is the trolley.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's pretty much exactly it.
it's like, they just couldn't afford to power the lights in the whole trolley. So
I'm going to the dark side.
Yeah.
Now, Mermaid Man.
Kunic, what you got?
What?
What you got?
Well, I rolled a 13.
13. You know, she seems already intimidated. You know, she's not pissing her pants or anything, but she is looking up at Numb and is like, sure? But she holds her children a bit closer to her. Just to be able to cover their ears if need be. She's not afraid that you'll attack them. She's more afraid of the story that you're about to tell, really.
Well, when I was a young boy, my father, he took me into the city to see what we called the Black Parade.
damn it.
Said,
Oh my god.
he said, son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? So you know what I did? I became all three.
You hear a little ding, ding, ding. So there's a sound that, you know, there's a stop now, and the mother's like, oh my word, it seems as though we need to leave. A good day to you, sir. Just takes her two children and just you know, quietly leaves the trolley.
Remember
Looks
that
like
advice.
Ends up growing up to lead his own band, remembering the song.
Yeah, the two children, they seem to actually be rather interested in the story you had to tell.
No.
All the teens loved it.
He's
All the kids
infecting
loved
them.
it.
I said they.
As he watches them leave, he's just not like, it takes a village.
Yeah.
They grow up to make a Fallout halfling.
But yes, you guys slowly and with, you know, all that kind of stuff happening, make it to the affluent neighborhood. I seriously need a better name for that.
Kingsway.
It's perfect.
Kingsway is actually pretty good. Let's call it that.
Douchebag
I like-
Avenue.
I like ritzy McPoor people. No poor people.
Yeah.
And no poor people.
I do like
But it's, like,
no
spelled
poor
wrong.
people.
No more people.
You guys make it to Kingsway, aka the affluent neighborhood. And you see where it has the nickname from. Definitely. Like, the other homes you've seen so far, they weren't, like, run down or bad by any means. But these, there's, like, manor next to manor with, like, garden, a lot of space, just a lot of, you know, I miss the English words, god fucking damn it. Just a lot of space to just call their own, basically. Architecturally very impressive. Most of them, you know, very in this Victorian style, obviously. They're missing the whole steam vibe, steampunk. Really, there's like not any iron or metal or whatever to these buildings like there was in the middle of Cinderdale. It's just really how you would imagine like a rich, very rich neighborhood in the Victorian era to be.
It's a very gothic.
Very, very gothic. Plus, the people there being dressed in like dresses and suits of the highest caliber with nice silks. So, if you stuck out like a sore thumb before,
would kind of fit in then, right?
Yes, sort of, but still the entire group kind of stuck out before, but there were still adventurer groups there, right? But here, yeah, like people take a look at you. Not for too long though. They kind of seem to almost know what you're there for already, it seems.
Not unheard of for the rich to be able to hire adventurers to do their dirty work.
Exactly.
Are there any obvious locations to hide a body, say, 7 feet in height?
Make me a perception.
Come at me, Warfrey boy.
You said perception?
Yeah, perception check, sure.
20. Not natural, but 20.
Oh
God. There aren't as many, say, dark alleys or alleys in general in this specific neighborhood, but you still find the one or other, like, abandoned little street or place that you would imagine could probably fit a conveniently 7-foot tall corpse.
A really large and distorted smile appears on my face, kind of like in the deleted scene of the Terminator 2, when the T-800 is trying to like smile and he can't do it. Kind of like that.
You actually hear a familiar voice in your head saying, "Agent, focus. We still need him, at least for now."
Right, understood. And I like lean down with two of my left fingers on my temple, like trying to speak into myself. Understood.
Do we see this?
That's a question. Kunic, would you have been farther off from the group to look for this, or would you have just,
I would have been kind of like tailing behind him, somewhat close. Need to keep my eyes on the bear.
What's your guys' passive perception?
Not great, so I'm just gonna say no.
Okay, no?
Well, I remember too that the bugbear is more goblin than bear. It's like a hairy hobgoblin.
That's true, huh?
Bear.
Hey, it's why they chose bugbear, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Bug.
But in that case, I'm gonna say no. You haven't really been overheard with that.
Okay. Yet.
Yet. Guys, you're in the neighborhood. Now it's up to you to actually find the place of the, many big gothic buildings that are there.
Oh God.
What's 16?
Rule number?
It was number 18, you remember. It's on your flyer. It's easy to look up, really.
Who do we see any people around?
Yeah, there's people walking around, going about their day.
Ask for directions.
Yes, I go up to him. Excuse me, fine folks. May I ask you a question of great importance?
You are speaking to a man, and he seems to be maybe on his way to work or something. Looks up and down at you. The group takes a moment. You here for Miss Hawk's job, I take it?
We're here to, I guess, solve a problem, yes?
Hampton Street.
We've been sent invitations. I trust you were told we were coming.
And a asshole on the street.
Yeah, she's not working for her or anything. He's just like,
Do you know who I am?
I am not. He's like, I am not affiliated with Miss Hawks. I don't know what people she's hiring. but Anton Street is down this way, and he points you to a direction you can follow. Good luck. The last adventurers certainly didn't have it.
The
And with
last
that, he
adventures
just-
weren't me.
He just kind of, chuckles a little bit like, yeah, and just goes about his day.
Wait, what did he mean by that?
It means that
What?
cowards came before us.
Or they're dead.
Quite possible.
Probably.
He's gone. So-
Shit.
I see him like kind of freaking out.
I bet they're very dead, torn to shreds and rusted.
When they said
I
this,
just
Gaskin
saw
takes
what
his
I
little like notepad and he starts scribbling.
I feel a little. You feel me flinch a little bit at the term rusted.
Oh no.
It's okay, I'll protect you.
Much appreciated, sir. So, we have a direction, correct?
This way!
All right, I
Voice
follow him
cracked a
very
little bit
closely.
there.
Yeah, you go
Because-
down the street. It's very easy to find. You have the number, you're on the right street, and eventually you are in front of the manor you've been searching for. It is, even compared to the other ones here, rather large, really. And it's funny because it's rather large, but it doesn't seem to be as flashy. It's kept in a more simple style, just a lot bigger.
Like utilitarian.
Yeah, basically.
Very
And
modern aspect.
Yeah.
kinda. And you see in front of the gates two people being escorted out by Warforged. They seem to be, a little saddened, but yeah. They're being brought out the gates, just passing by you.
As we're walking by, I turn and look towards these Warforged. Do they look like are they the more like sentient type, or are they like automata?
So, funny thing, there are, in this work, basically, there are no sentient Warforged. They're all just machines with not really any intelligence, so to say, to them. They're just programmed to do specific tasks, if anything.
Gotcha. Do they have any kind of symbols or anything like that that could distinguish them from, like, are they like Hawk's brand, basically? Like, is there any like markings on them that say so?
Yeah, you can see her logo, like the Hawks logo, on their, say, chest plate.
It appears we're not the only ones who've inquired about the job already.
Hmm. Well, he's hoping we can get it.
Here's
I'm here. We'll get it.
As the
perhaps we would have
Warforged
to deal with that little problem when we get to it.
Yes. Bellower, I have some information that might be pertinent to your inquiry.
My inquiry.
Yes, about how the previous adventurers died.
Oh.
Yes.
All right.
Have you ever heard of rat torture?
I believe I have, living in the sewer.
It's not what you think.
Favorite pastime.
Imagine taking a cage with a rat in it, a small one, not like you, but, small. Putting it on a very vital organ of a target, say their rectum, and then putting little bits of food around for it to nibble. Very slowly, it'll begin to eat them from their organs in.
Once more, I commend you for your subtlety.
God damn.
Wow.
Oh
Rats
my
out here just
God.
eating ass.
Yeah, like rectum was not the direction I thought that was going.
What I
Traditionally, it was like
previously
the
heard of
chest or the
tactic,
stomach.
I
you know.
was told it was from the stomach.
It could be. I could have my information mistaken, but the point is, you best be in this for the right reasons, or that could happen to you too. Those
Straight from the rectum.
yes,
Straight
Yes.
from the rectum.
straight from there.
Well, Mr. Willard, let's just say I'm not entirely concerned about rats consuming my body.
But they're cannibalistic rats.
That would mean they eat other rats.
I was just thinking that.
What kind of fucking rat do you think I am? I'm like 6'7".
You all.
What is it, Willard? Come on, spit it out. I want to hear it. What kind of rat am I?
You all look alike.
That's fucked up, bro.
Wow. He said, "What do you mean, you people?"
What do you
God
mean,
damn.
people?
Yeah, you know, all you Warforged, you all look the same, I swear.
Yeah. I'm not a Warforged. What are you talking about?
Dragons, whatever, same thing.
I'm a human being. Ha, 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 ha.
I
To
just have
context.
prosthetics. It's fine.
For context, character, not real me. Gotta throw that in there just as a disclaimer.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Oh god. So I just kind of like nod and like, right, rats. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, Will.
Yes. Good.
How about that mansion, huh? Gotta clasp my head and rub them together, all excited like. Kind of sounds like rusty knives just kind of rubbing against each other.
Scraping,
They
yeah.
spark a little bit.
Sparkles. Yeah, I said we just continue down towards the
Yeah,
house.
just making our way to the mansion.
Making my way down.
Is there like a big making my way? Is there like a big gate or anything like right in front?
Yeah, exactly. You're not stuck.
Dudes with like
at the
suits
gate,
standing
but
in
the
front of
gate-
it and they just like open it.
Yeah, the gate is just closed. But you see a doorbell that you could just,
One more time.
Like
what
on like
do
a rope?
there's a doorbell you could just push.
Oh, okay.
I press it.
Press the doorbell. You see again the Warforged. They're not really doing anything. They're not programmed to,
Robot butler?
do that specifically. Who you see coming out
Robot
the
butler.
door of the mansion, and in front instead is an orcish man who you would say is into his later years, but not necessarily like grandpa age, really.
So kind of
Seems
like
rather-
Gaskin.
Yeah, kind of like Gaskin.
So in his third.
Actually, I have a picture. Let me just put that in art. I made
Gotcha.
very quickly two different. Where is it?
I kind of look over at the Warforged and just kind of mutter to myself, loathsome creatures.
They obviously don't react. They're just standing there, like.
One of them's like, "Hey, bro, come on."
You don't gotta be
This
that.
comes to life and he's all like, what? You fucking want some?
Fucking what,
I'm
man?
just trying to do my job, guys. I'm just trying to do a good job.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Bro, get the fuck off, man. Come on.
You
See
see
right here.
the man that I
whiny.
just sent in art coming towards you. He's a very tall guy. Well over 2 meters. I don't know what that is in feet. Don't bug me about it. As he,
Like 6 foot.
yeah, exactly that type of thing. No, as he steps in front of the gate, he is very great posture, really carries himself with a lot of grace. It seems readjusts his
Oh
glasses.
shit, he cute. What the fuck?
He readjusts his glasses and says,
What business do you have?
I trust that we were invited by Victoria Hawks. I trust that she knew that we were going to come.
he takes a look at you specifically, Valdez, and says,
You must be Valdez Gaskin then.
The very same.
And
If you would take me to your mistress.
of course, but who is the rest of this group here? Are they other adventurers?
The greatest band to have ever lived.
Their
Also does some
help.
adventuring.
He says, like, gritting his teeth after hearing what Numb says about the band.
We are not currently looking for a band, sir.
This flyer says different.
What he means to say is that he's going to be working as an assistant. He's
Yeah,
just
it's
gotten a little ahead of himself.
Gig's gig.
he raises a brow at this, but he just seems to like kind of shrug his shoulders and say,
Very well then. Open the gates.
and the Warforged do as they are commanded to. The gates open for you to go in, and I am going to pull you all onto a different map now.
As we go in, I kind of like lean over to him. You know, your hair would look better with a red stripe right there.
He doesn't even answer to that.
Wait.
Hold
is
up, I need your icons. God damn it, they're on this map still.
Nova, are you Victoria Hawks? Is that who you are?
It was me the whole time. No.
Hey, Austin!
Face swapping technology.
Yeah.
Bup.
Oh gosh.
There. Okay. It should be. Okay, where the fuck are? Okay, there it is. Okay. Is it still control?
It's right
Or
here,
is it-
right?
I gotta reassign it all. Great. Hold up. Bup. Bup. I'm very new to DMing specifically on Roll22, so don't mind me
Doing
just
great, Co.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got
Roll20 is
this.
kind of like not overly user friendly in my opinion.
Yeah, it's.
It takes some getting used to. It really takes some getting used to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold up. And this last one. Okay. Should all be able to control your icons now, I hope.
Ooh.
Not that it specifically matters much on this map, but you guys are brought along through the main gates, and very specifically, it's a grand place, and there's actually a lot of green here, something you may not expect from a woman who's like apparently so much into technology and whatnot, but there's trees, there's a rather big garden with a lot of flowers. You see some rabbits hopping around even. I'm also gonna just look for the other music I had. Yes, very good.
Oh, look at the bunny rabbits. They make me feel.
And then it's gone.
Howdy comes in, eats the rabbit.
Fucking a hawk just swoops down, fucking just murders
I
it.
reach out and grab one and then just like put it into my hood.
Yeah.
Just go. It's like one little game.
Friggin' Willard goes and just stabs one randomly.
Yeah, he just stabs the shit out of one of them.
But what you see, it is very peaceful, and something you immediately notice, there is absolutely no people here. Just Warforged. No actual human people in this place.
And apparently a lawn full of dead rabbits now.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Allegedly.
Bloody dead rabbits everywhere.
Allegedly. Oh
Some great fan art.
Victoria seems to occupy herself with her creations as opposed to her peers. How curious.
Well,
I understand. People just let you down.
Bro.
a woman like her probably doesn't have much time for, social relationships. She's a very driven person,
I
focusing
take
only
it
on
this
her
is a
work.
choice.
It must be.
You are brought along further into the manor, and as you come inside, again, it's not super flashy. It makes up for it basically in space, if anything, but there is not like any like statues or marble floors or anything. It's kept more simple. There's Warforged servants going around, going after their duties. Some are cleaning place and whatnot.
So it's like a big old mansion that seems to be built for one, even though there's all these little adjutant rooms and things like that all over the place.
Well, it does seem to be built for definitely several people, but there's just nobody. Like,
Just one
again,
person.
except for the Warforged. Ralger is the only actual humanoid you've seen thus far. Oh yeah, his name. Yeah, he would have
Very
introduced
Wayne
himself too.
Manor-esque, it's like there's two people here,
Yeah. He
There's
would have introduced himself too by this point. The orc's name is Ralger. It says
Ralger.
He's the only humanoid thus far. But to make your way further inside the manor, he brings you up the stairs. And as you are in front of a rather big wooden door, you hear an argument from the inside of it.
Is this like right here?
It would be on like the highest floor. This isn't a super accurate map. I just bought this from the Roll20 marketplace, but it's about the layout, It'll be on the highest floor, like very much in the middle here or so.
Okay.
And as you stand in front of this door, you hear an argument between two people. A woman saying, "Absolutely not, you are not going with them." And Nova, that is where you come in.
Why not? Come on, this has been so long. I want to go out there.
Look, I am sure you will understand if I am not exactly thrilled by the idea of you going near such a thing. Alright? It could be dangerous, and you're not really prepared for that.
Well, I've never even gone out there to try it out.
We're not having this argument right now. Okay?
Please.
And the argument is interrupted by just Ralgo's clearing his throat and knocking on the door. She says, "Settle down now." And you see a woman say, "Come in." The doors are opened. And you see two people. Like two actual people, not Warforged or anything. Who, hold up, I have the picture here. Nova, you've already sent yours in, right? In the chat?
Who's the other person look like in this scene here as we're walking in? Because I take it we're familiar with the appearance of Victoria Hawks, I imagine. She's probably in the paper I looked at as well.
Yeah, you would recognize her as Victoria Hawks. I also have a picture for her, so I'm just gonna also put that in.
Yeah, I can reshare mine.
Yeah, you do that.
In the art chat?
In the art chat. Okay, so as you see Victoria Hawks, you would say a woman in maybe her 40s, like early, maybe mid-40s, with what you see directly are what appear to be two prostheses, one for her right eye and one for her right arm, which are completely made of metal. And her skin very, very, very pale. She probably doesn't see the sun too often. Bags under her eyes like no tomorrow. But, otherwise, very much conventionally a pretty lady with gray streaks of hair. So that would be Victoria Hawks. And she was arguing with... Nova, you can describe yourself again, or just refer to the picture if you'd like.
Yeah, I could describe it. Yeah, you see a sort of average height looking female dragonborn, silverish in color, but more sort of purple tinted. She also has one robotic limb, but it's just her left arm.
Does it look like the same kind of style as Victoria's?
Yes, it's pretty obvious that there's like correlation between the two designs.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she's a little odd looking. Like, there's probably some weird ancestry somewhere in there because she's got like actual hair. But otherwise, general looking dragonborn who's just somewhat fancy, but also seems to purposefully be dressing a little more rough, I guess. That's the way to put it.
Like, Victoria looks like she's about to go to like a fucking like a business meeting, and then this dragonborn looks basically like she's gonna go camping.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, like in comparison to
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty
Boy, Dragonborn.
See, I like to imagine it's more like she just shopped at like Hot Topic.
Yeah.
So it's all like or it's like super.
You're not my
nice
real
stuff.
mom.
Yeah, that's I talked about earlier. She went to Abercrombie and Fitch, so the stuff's just already damaged out the box and expensive.
Absolutely. Oh man.
My poverty is not your Halloween costume.
Exactly.
Oh man. But yeah, she's now like sort of like trying to compose herself, like hands together. She's taking some deep breaths, but still very clearly agitated at the previous conversation. But yeah.
Do you see
So-
Victoria Hawks?
Yes, you see her, and as you come in, she, tries to put on a very polite kind of, business smile, so to say, a customer service smile, if you will. My, it is a pleasure to have all of you here. Dr. Valdez Gaskin, just the man I have been waiting for. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I've heard a lot
gives
about
you-
you. He says I imagine the appropriate thing would be to go towards her hand, like kiss the ring finger or whatever. Or like, kiss the hand, I think. As he then looks back up towards her with a big smile, and he puts his hands behind his back like he's meeting up with a patron who'd be paying for his scientific endeavors. And he just looks onward, like standing up straight and tall as he looks at her.
I see you have brought company with you. Who are these gentlemen?
They're here to help.
We're the greatest adventurers known alive, and we solve problems. As we have for a very long time together. We definitely didn't meet each other just today.
Absolutely not.
The voice in my head told me to come here.
Yes, he does that. I guess.
We're the greatest adventurers ever. The voice in my head.
Yeah. It's in the walls, it's in the walls, it's in the walls.
No, well, get out of my head! Get out of my head! Get out of my head! Oh fuck!
Belle is just like very quickly raising a brow to all of this. Oh.
I see that that's like I watch as Crow kisses her hand. I'm new here, so I don't know like what the thing is to do here. So then I go to do the same, but much more like movement to it, like a big sweeping hand down, up, grab the hand. I make a big deal of the whole thing.
You know,
Take her to go dance the tango, you like flip her around and shit.
You just like dip her.
Yeah.
I'm not that
Depending
yet.
on how big of a scene you make it, she would be rather caught off guard, alright?
Accidentally drop her. Her skull cracks against the tile.
I'm going for drama. There's definitely
Oh.
like I'm creating some drama here because life is a drama.
Damn.
And she just says, "And what is your name?"
My name. Oh, names are such fleeting things. But mine is Numb.
See. Well, Mr. Numb, please do take a seat with your other companions for a moment. I shall be right back with you.
Formerly known as Numb.
I miss murder.
And she just calls out to you, "Well, if you would please have a seat with our guest for the moment. Thank you."
Sure thing.
What did she call her?
Oh, it's not so
Belle?
bad.
Her name was Belle.
Vel.
Oh.
Val.
Oh,
The
Vel.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
Vale. I'm just kind of like looking around the inside of this. We're like in like a lobby area, right? Or go ahead a room.
You're right now, actually, after you open the gates, you're kind of in her, say, more or less office. It's, it's actually her desk, super messy. There is paper and books and just everything laying about pretty much everywhere. But there's couches, there's a little table where you can just sit down, have a talk. The room is big enough for you to still have your own, say, room in this room.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like a little more or less waiting room area within this office, I suppose you could
Okay.
say.
How many monitors does her gaming PC have?
Is it RGB? Is it RGB everywhere?
RGB all over.
Gamer chair.
Yes,
I
everything.
I just kind of like take it in and nod to myself. Like, this is very alien to me. I'm not even
Yeah.
used to being indoors, nevertheless in a place like this. Like, this is all very impressive. To be perfectly honest, I'm quite intimidated.
I like how alone you feel in here.
So, speaking of being alone, she's coming back, right?
You seem to have her daughter here, Vel, I believe.
Do we say this to do you say this to?
Yeah, I said that too, Val. I said that like inviting
Oh, yeah.
her into because she's sitting right next to us.
Wait, I didn't catch the part that she left the room. Oops.
So she was going off with Gaskin, and so she asked you to please sit with the guests for the well-being.
Okay, gotcha.
Hmm.
I missed that part. Whoops.
So, yes.
Yes. Hello.
Just super fucking awkward. They're all just like,
Yep. It's like, gosh, like mom keeps dragging in all these weirdos again.
Yeah.
So,
So, Vel,
mhm.
do you live here alone with your mother?
That's an interesting question to ask. I mean, yes, you could say. Besides, sure, with Victoria and with Rulger, and of course the servants, the Warforged.
So,
so
if I may ask, who was your father?
I look clearly looking at the fact that you're dragonborn.
That is private information.
Of course.
As far as I'm aware, Victoria is my mother.
Is it also private information to know whom the architect for this place is.
Would she know that?
The question is, would you have ever asked about it?
Oh, what? Would I have ever asked about the architecture?
Yeah. If yes, then yes, you would.
Okay.
If no, then no.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Did Victoria not make it?
She didn't build her own house.
Gosh, yeah. Super rich or something.
Yeah, whatever.
No.
But I've never really inquired into that portion of our household.
Well, perhaps I will ask Miss Hawks. There are many excellent spots with which to hide bodies. I must commend them.
Excuse me?
Oh, never mind our friend here. He's a comedian. Truly.
Oh, okay, sure. I will just totally ignore that sentence.
Vale.
Like a Shakespeare-style comedian when comedies had like people dying in them.
Yeah.
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 Sure. Oh, yeah.
And then they all die.
Yeah, and then they all died. Lol.
Lol. Lol, said the poet. Lamau.
XD. Oh my gosh.
So,
funny.
Vale. What is it that you actually do here? I understand that you are Victoria Hawks' daughter, but what are your responsibilities for the manor?
Well, I do work as a student, beneath, Victoria. She has been, teaching me a lot of, what she knows, and in, my free time, I spend, tinkering and, designing my own, artillery and, prosthetics.
Well, you were interesting at first, but tell me more about this artillery. Actually, you know what? Better yet, what was this conversation that I happened to overhear when we were coming in? Something about it being dangerous and you wanting to go with them?
I've been cooped up here for a long while. You could say Victoria is a tad, overprotective. So yes, I have, been trying to convince her to let me, tag along with this, current inquiry that she has been looking into.
Oh. Well, that's surprising. Victoria doesn't strike me as the kind to form strong human connections.
She does. I wouldn't be here if she didn't. Nor would Vrolgar.
Books at all the Warforged.
Yeah. All these Alexas with legs.
This is normal. This is fine.
Well,
Would you ask? I don't know.
Yeah. Val doesn't know anybody else. No one else exists.
Yeah.
Yeah, she literally needs to go touch grass.
Grass
Very
pussy.
much.
I want to touch the grass.
There's grass in the garden!
It's our own grass.
Live for 5 seconds, but you can't move away from her gaming PC.
Back here, I'm playing Elden Ring. I can't pause.
Yeah.
No. Well, you're not actually trapped here, are you? You're not like a prisoner.
No. No, I wouldn't say that. I am still allowed to leave and go as I will. Though obviously Victoria does prefer to know my whereabouts.
Oh. Well, I'm dreadfully sorry that you have to put up with such confinement. I couldn't imagine.
I mean, it's in the end, it's because she cares, and I appreciate it, but it's getting on my nerves.
In the end, it doesn't even matter.
God damn.
God fucking damn it!
Cue to like Bear getting kicked out of the castle.
Yeah. The Warforged just like fucking throw him.
Looney Tunes kicked out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bearbard has left the chat. Bearbard is banned from the chat.
Bearbard types, guys, I can't help the animal I have become.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
There's a
By the way,
I'll focus.
As you guys are talking, quickly Rogger would come over and ask you all for your favorite teas or just beverages in general. For Belle, he doesn't have to, but for the rest of you.
Just
So what do we talk about with Valdez and Victoria?
We're gonna skip to that right now if you guys don't mind. I don't want to make it like too jumbled, obviously, but
Go for it.
she would bring you to a more, remote location, actually behind another little door that seems to be leading to a smaller room. Not really filled with much, but like what seems to be leftover material from some prosthetics experiments she's done, basically. And she says, "Now, Dr. Gaskin, I have called upon you because I believe our goals of, say, wishing to help people with conditions they don't have control over is the very same. I did not expect you to bring adventurers with you, mind you. Of course, it's great timing, seeing as I've put out the flyers.
I figured that I'd rather have my pick of the cream of the crop, as it were.
That
When you
is...
speak to me about such platitudes, you can just refer to her as my daughter.
Right, my apology. Now,
It's fine. It seems you're... And he looks at the rest of the office in a bit of a situation as it is.
you see, what I wish to try and do is develop a cure for people, well, this rather specifically, but people with a weak heart. A lot of people have a weak heart, and have no control over it. It beats too fast or beats too slow, and we have no means of helping them thus far. But what if we did? What if we made a little machine that just helped it keep pace, if you will?
I never imagined the enigmatic Victoria Hawks is doing this out of her, and pardon the pun, heart.
Please, while I may not be the most sociable, if you will, I see how it may come across. I gather that you have seen the Warforged in this mansion, but
You surround
believe-
yourself with your creations. I don't exactly figure you for the type who cares about humanitarian aid.
well, what if I were to tell you, Dr. Gaskin, that I believe our motivations come from a very similar place?
Go on. He doesn't sit down and he stands the whole time, and he just crosses his arms.
Now, you are trying to help somebody very dear to you, and, well, so am I. I don't have many people that I care about. I don't think that's a secret, but those that I do, I will do anything to help them. And so, I have come up with a little contraption to do exactly that, but it still needs something. It still needs an energy source, if you will. Something that will last forever. Now, we as a humanoid race haven't come up with such a thing yet, but I have suspicion to believe from witness accounts that there may be something very close to Cinderdale that could exactly fill that void. That is
And
what
the
I
catch.
need to retrieve. No catch. You get paid, I get my thing. Well, the catch is getting it. It is rather dangerous. Which is why I have really only called you to help me develop such things. You help me with this, I shall help you with your remedy. I have the resources to do so, as I am sure you are aware.
Quite.
I didn't figure you would be part of an adventuring group yourself, but if you do, you should know the being that holds this, let's just call it energy core for the time being, is very dangerous, and the last group I sent out didn't exactly make it back in one piece.
I don't expect something similar to happen to my own group, but I'm willing to take the losses.
Well, that is very good to know, then. Because
You assholes.
I care only about one thing. Results.
I believe we are the very same in that regard, then. Still, I believe you will understand that having, I guess, more blood on my hands wouldn't exactly make for the best public picture of myself. The last adventurer group already didn't
Come,
make it
they
back.
go, they disappear.
Yes, well, unfortunately, many people do not see it that way. Calling me irresponsible when I specifically told them there was a danger that was there, right ahead. But, oh well.
The job.
If it means that I will get what I need, I don't care about the public image. I only wish to have that core.
Fair enough. So where is it then, this place?
The place you will find the creature that holds it is just outside Cinderdale. You will get there with a train. And it is a nearby forest. You will find an inn that you may reside in over the night to, say, gather your resources, and then make your way into the forest.
To find some sort of abandoned castle? What exactly am I looking for here?
You are looking for what the people who have actually escaped from it alive have described as a golem.
A golem in a forest.
A golem in a forest indeed, and from what I've heard, nobody's ever seen one like it. It isn't a stone golem, it isn't a flesh golem, it seems to be something entirely different.
You say that it is capable of producing some sort of power source that would allow you to create your artificial heart.
Exactly.
What evidence do you have to prove that this thing is even capable of such a feat?
Well, this has been a theory under archaeologists that have been... Well,
So you want me to put my life on the line for a theory?
Let me finish, will you? Now,
Takes
it is a widely accepted fact at this point. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, since it is a rather niche subject. There was once an ancient civilization of people far more adept at magic than we are today. You know, magic dwindles with each generation at this point, so I am far more likely to rely on science rather than it. But those people back then, they have produced many contraptions, say, with such a core inside of it. This golem is but one of them, even if it is new, a new appearance, but very much the same in origin. It has laid dormant for years, but now it is being reactivated. This thing that powers it, this core, is there for centuries. So that must mean that it does hold, well, at least a human lifetime.
Fascinating. And you're the only one who knows of its existence.
Absolutely not. No. This is another danger I should mention to you. There will be people who are after this. If you actually manage to retrieve it, I would suggest you keep an eye open. Because there are... How much do you know of Cinderdale's history, Gaskin?
Ooh, how much do I know?
Make me a history check.
I got a question while he's doing that. Is it just you two in a room right now, or are we all there?
No, it's just us two right now.
Okay.
You two are still...
I feel like Kunic's character could probably sneak in there, huh? Like if he were listening.
he could listen at the door or something if he wanted to. Try.
No. I just wanted to know if you were there so I can ask her a question, but I'll ask her later.
Gotcha.
13.
13. Yeah, not enough about that, but you have heard rumors that say organized crime in Cinderdale is actually like apparently a rather big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you've heard. So that's probably what she's referring to.
If you're referring to a crime syndicate, I'm unfamiliar with the exact name.
There are several, I am afraid, but the ones that you would really have to worry about are this clan of Yuan-Ti that have been here for, well, since the beginning of this town, really. I'm sure they have their eye on this thing. It'll make them a lot of money, so keep
It would be
your eye out.
unfortunate to have to deal with them.
Just keep your eye out for snakes, and you should be fine.
Of course.
Of course, the reward for this will be generous enough to make it worth your while, considering that you not both know, as well as your adventuring companions, you are putting your life on the line for this. So...
What happens to them is inconsequential. I need this.
She seems quite amused by how, say, gung-ho you're on just reaching a goal. She seems to respect this, really, in a way. And says,
Take my male grind set.
Yeah, exactly.
Wake up, huff gas, go to bed.
Yeah.
Win.
Of course. Well then, let's say we shall head back to companions and let them know about what they are to retrieve, to face, and to gain.
The personal details we can excise from the conversation. But yes.
Oh, I was not going to, trust me. They should, however, know what they're about to face, just so you can prepare accordingly.
He motions over, opening the door for her. After you.
She steps outside. You guys, do you do more in the meantime?
They had
I
offered
imagine we're
me.
just talking, yeah.
Yeah, they're just chit chatting with
They're
everyone.
playing Dragons and Dungeons.
I'd like,
Yeah.
TM.
I'd like to
Uh,
imagine. Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say he had offered tea earlier, and I accepted some Earl Grey with raw organic honey only.
Of course.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, one last thing she would have asked Gask. Do you believe you and this group will be able to retrieve that core for me?
If not, we'll retrieve it from who does.
That is good enough for me.
I
And
expect
well,
Yeah. So when you guys walk back in there, he got tea, I got the blackest of black coffee, and you can imagine I've just been like sipping it like really loudly and annoyingly this entire time.
Froggo's eyebrow just twitches a little bit, but he doesn't say a word.
I've just been very, very quiet, like uncharacteristically so.
Thank you for the. sound
Yeah, no
effects.
problem.
Yep.
Perfect.
I'm quiet to make the sipping louder. That's what I'm going for.
I'm just
Completely quiet. It gets louder and louder.
Yeah. What?
I'm there telling Roger and Vale my whole backstory of being abandoned and raised in darkness.
I was
just
born in
like-
darkness.
Yeah, Vel's
Older
just got like a hand on her face, just like kind of staring at her drink while she's like tapping her fingers, just like please stop, please stop.
I just assume they're both totally into it.
Yeah.
No. My gentlemen, please do excuse the delay, she says as she comes back out. And, well, you, Gaskin, you notice that with you she seemed to be a bit more, honest, raw, so to say. Very making clear to you, like, what her objective is. But in front of this group, it seems like she just automatically kind of switches to a more,
Like, this is the commercial kind of tone.
Yeah,
Customer
sort
service.
Sort of. Yeah, exactly.
Like, hey, welcome to Walmart, kind of like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, welcome to Chili's.
Yeah, welcome to Chili's.
Hi, welcome to Wendy's.
Fuck you.
Oh gosh.
And
Fuck you, Wendy.
she says, "Now then, I am to understand that you're all here to accept the job offer I've laid out, yes?"
Yes, we're here
Yes.
So then,
to finish your job off.
let me explain, just in short, what you should expect from this. She still stands in front of you as you are seated and says, "You are to retrieve what we shall call an energy core from a being that currently resides in the forest. Now, this being was described as a golem of sorts, one that hasn't been seen before, but a golem nonetheless. So, my job is, you go into the forest near Cinderdale. I don't care whether you defeat the golem or not, as long as you get me the energy core. That is the ultimate goal. How you do it, I frankly do not care. Just bring it to me, and I shall give each of you 500 gold in exchange."
First off, I love the request. Very metal. Could I exchange my money for the use of your expertise?
What exactly do you wish for me to do?
I'll give you the details later, but it's a top secret project I call. Take another big dramatic look left and right. Reverb.
Just, she nods a little, and again she just smiles. She says, "Well, if you wish to, of course, I shall lend you my expertise."
Excellent.
Does like this little smile on his face, like, oh my god.
It's happening. This is my big break.
Oh yeah, I'm totally trying to keep it cool, like act cool, like oh yeah, I knew that would happen, but like deep down I'm like, fangirling like hell.
Who could say no to an idea like reverb?
Exactly.
Down.
Mrs. Hawks,
Yes.
How do I put this? Who all is in the room right now?
I think all of us are here, right?
Everyone, yeah.
Like besides
the
Art.
humans, the humans that just live here. Novell, Victoria, and Roger are there.
All right. What I am about to reveal, do not be alarmed. All right, and I gotta stand from my seated position, and I remove the cloak from my body, and just kind of like show off the. Yeah, you probably figured out they were not real prosthetics. My hands. Those were just my hands.
Yeah.
And I reveal the Dragon Forged underneath. It's this like yellowish, rusted metal with these just like hollow looking eyes and large spines going down the back with a long bladed tail. And those knife-like claws are very much mirrored in the design of the rest of the body. From behind the ribs, a slight orange glow kind of shines through.
Ah, he's
And
naked.
I drop the cloak to the ground and... Miss Hawks, you are my last hope. I have lived in isolation for many, many years. I have killed to survive in Cinderdale, but my body fails me every day. I do not know how much longer my mind or my frame has before I expire. If I am to do this job for you, I need a promise that I will have access to your knowledge and your skills to repair me and save my life. I have nowhere else to go, but I will not work for free or for coin.
As you reveal this, as you drop down the cloak you're wearing and reveal you're a dragon forge, really, she doesn't seem alarmed, but rather she seems fascinated. She's looking you up and down, and she's taken aback, for sure, by what she's seeing, you know, but she is muttering to herself, like, a Warforged with a soul, how fascinating. And you can see a bit of a smile that you can't quite decipher its meaning. But eventually she does say, well, I do pride myself in machinery being my field of expertise, so of course I shall help you wherever I can.
I guess his request is cool too, you know.
Yes, it is.
It's not as cool as Reaver.
Yeah. No.
It's not going to change the world of rock,
Yeah.
but you know.
It's not nearly as cool or as metal.
No, without it is metal without the metal.
Tell you what, I'll be your album cover. That's what I'll do.
Damn.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
With
Hell
scratch
yeah.
marks going where your claws are.
Hell
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Man. I want to add, Vale is like very much has sort of similar look to Victoria, but it's more like it's more similar to like a kid opening up a present sort of thing. Like, wow, like what is this thing? Oh man.
I just kind of like look towards Vale. Avert your eyes. I am not a toy.
Out of
What are
curiosity,
you?
are you capable of digestion?
In a way. I am unaware of my origins or my creator. However, I do know I was built for one purpose. The transmogrification of biomass and organic matter into usable energy. I am, as an inorganic being, I am incapable of utilizing blood magic. But the blood of others works just fine.
Well,
How curious.
blood or no blood, you can't just get naked like that without warning us.
I just kind of like sigh to myself and like bury my hand in my talon.
It was very off-putting. I was not prepared.
Yeah.
I do not blame you for being off-put. I understand that my condition is not normal.
No,
Not
you're
have a
beautiful.
name
No,
to
it's
this
okay.
story.
It's okay. You are a
Just the
beautiful
way you are.
creature. I was
no
just
body
unprepared.
shaming here.
Yeah.
We're very positive in this room, but you got to warn. You got to warn a man before you just start flashing the gears, so to say.
I know
It's
that you're.
opportunity, you know?
I know that you're a Terminator xenomorph, but I think you're beautiful.
Exactly.
Aw, that's kind of wholesome.
Solid king.
Fucking
This
bites
bar
your
does
head
not
off.
Shame.
We stand for our naked dragon Warforged kings.
Yeah.
Stand.
God.
We stand. Oh, we stand.
We stand.
Miss Hawks.
United in rest we stand.
I've
Miss-
been living. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. You go.
No, you go ahead. I was just about to monologue.
Okay.
You're good.
Miss or Mrs. Hawks, I have but one question.
That is.
If we do this, are there those that would actively try to take you out if you were to tag along? Hypothetically.
How am I to understand this question exactly?
If you were to come with us, like hypothetically, if I could convince you, or you just decided to, would that attract unwanted attention towards us, and maybe lure out the potential saboteurs?
She looks at you for a moment, gives you a bit of a questioning look, because you see this pale ass lady who's clearly like not slept for days and is not fit for battle whatsoever. And she looks at you like, well, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware, power comes with a lot of enemies. There are certainly people who don't exactly like me, yes.
Good. Thank you very much.
She's still confused by the question, but she just, lets it ride. She's like, all right.
Yeah. They're all weirdos. They're adventurers.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
She's like,
fine.
I already dealt with another group of them and another one before that. It's fine.
He just likes to know. Never mind.
I see. Well, I must admit you're quite an odd bunch, but really, as long as you manage to fulfill my request, then I frankly couldn't care less. So, and she just claps her hands together. You are all very welcome to stay the night and then travel or start your travel the next morning, considering it is getting rather late. But I shall leave that to you.
You mentioned the tram should be able to take us to the closest location where the rest of your previous parties had arrived at.
Yes, exactly. Of course, if you travel by tram, I shall cover all the expenses.
Good.
I'm very poor.
I
Hey guys, I'm really sorry. I have to pause. I'll be. You guys can go. I'll be back. We just spilled soy sauce all over the computer and stuff.
oh jeez.
Oh god.
Yikes. Yeah.
You can see at the I'm very poor statement. She's trying not to say I can kind of see that, but she's thinking it.
Yeah. I live in a sewer because everyone hates me.
And yet,
It happens.
and
So would you like perhaps a wash of sorts? Keep you a bit in shape? Because we do have the materials to do so here.
Yeah, we've
That
got
would
some
be-
fine polish down in the shop.
That would be much appreciated. Any repairs that can be done without compromising my life support would be much appreciated.
Of course, of
Accept
course.
its kindness.
Well then, I believe, well, you are more than suited for this. I must return to my own work. But I shall join you before you take off then, if you wish to take my offer. If not, then, well.
Kind of look at her and nod in like appreciation. Just like that went better than I thought.
She,
Well-
she does seem to, at this moment, mostly rely on Valdez, and she's not as weirded out by all of you as the rest of the people have been thus far, considering she's already hired adventurer groups, And again, by you, Balar, she seems very fascinated with how all of this just, works, if anything. But yeah, do you take her invitation to stay for the night, or do you just wish to pretty much take off immediately? That's completely up to you.
I don't know about all of you, but if I'm going to be in fighting shape, it would be best that I get some repairs made. I would like to take her invitation.
That would be fine enough.
Very well, then.
Sure. And
I
then,
shall have... Yeah.
I was going to say, I just will assume Bear Bard says yes. He's being voluntold we're doing this.
He's just in the corner right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, yes, and reverb, yes!
Just like completely zones out for a little bit.
I'm gonna get so many maidens.
Oh, hell yeah. No longer maidenless.
I could level up.
So, what you see is Victoria saying to Raga, please do prepare the rooms for our guests tonight, and tell the Warforged to prepare dinner, please. As Raga just nods and takes off, not a man of many words, just does his job. And she says, well then, I shall join up with you before you take off for your journey. But until then, I have my work to return to. So, she bows a little bit, and as she just leads you out of her office for now, she will lead you out of the door, then go down the stairs, but on the way, she stops by Vale and says, you take care with the reparations, okay? Gives you a little kiss on the forehead. And...
please consider what I'm asking.
Yeah, I've told you many times how dangerous the thing is.
I know, what? I don't
The
have
last advent, and she's trying to do this as hush-hush as possible, but they're right next to you still, so they're still having that argument pretty much right in front of
very
you.
intently.
It's like a bag of popcorn, just like eating it like right in front of you.
Mommy issues.
She's like, the last adventurer group didn't make it back. You know this.
Then what if I just help?
What if you die?
I have safeguards. They seem rather competent.
Awkward.
She looks back at all of you, and she's like, turns back to Belle, is like,
Gotta wave. Hi.
Sticking your nose and then you wave.
Hey guys.
I took out this big ass knife finger up my fake nose.
Oh my gosh.
Just wondering if I can.
Belle, you are.
Kunic's like stabbing
I
a
am
rabbit.
sure you know better than this, right?
I just want to leave. Just for a little bit.
You can leave, just not in the direction of that.
That's not as fun. I want to be out there, want to have an adventure.
No, one must follow their soul.
As you chime in, you see just a glare from this woman that could
yeah.
kill.
I wink.
And you see like her one, mechanical eye is a little bit off-putting since it just kind of glows in red. Really, just
Fucking
seems to
Terminator
zoom in on you for a moment. And she's just like, I would appreciate if you didn't get in on our family dispute.
I
All right.
apologize. My parents abandoned me when I was a child, so I hate to see families torn apart.
Val, I must.
Like interrupted. Like you shut the fuck up.
The thing of reverb is at stake.
The world wouldn't be the same.
I don't have to get involved. I can keep my distance, and I can just play support.
She thinks on this for a while. Give me a persuasion roll, please.
Oh boy, okay.
She's a sacrifice we're willing to make, hey, Crow?
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, persuasion. How do I do this again? I don't.
Oh,
Oh heck
that's
yeah.
pretty good.
Oh heck yeah. Oh,
She just sighs. Give me a moment, please. And goes over to Valdez Gaskin again. Says, I will have her accompany you. However, if I notice one scale or one hair off her body, nobody is getting paid. And I will make absolutely sure that you're never able to take a job such as this again. Understood?
If I may be honest, with such a precious life at stake, would it not be within our best interests to ensure that she does not come along?
Well, you see, that is what I was thinking. So, and she kind of straightens her back again, but you see that she's faltering a little bit, looking back at Val, and you see also for the first time, like empathy and care in her eyes. You have a daughter, you must understand that. I don't wish to deny her these things. I wish to keep her safe. So maybe if she sees just how dangerous it is outside, she will be more careful with her requests in the future.
I can help expedite that process if you'd like.
Yes, we can teach her to be a most excellent assassin. Sorry for butting in there.
Excuse me.
That's not what I had in mind.
This was an AB conversation.
I'm merely suggesting that perhaps she sees the rigors that we would have to unfold in, and realize that this is not her place.
I see.
Is this a
Merely
private?
suggestion.
Wait, is this a private conversation? Sorry.
Oh, yeah,
No,
I don't think so anymore. We
she's-
jumped in.
No, she's off, like, you're off
Yeah.
away from Vel.
Uh-huh.
So, out of earshot from her, but, like, you are all in a group together right
Oh,
now.
okay. Or perhaps she will have an insatiable bloodlust from...
Damn it.
Gaskin, are you... Dr. Gaskin, are you sure you wish to bring... what was your name, good sir?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Sorry. It's Willard. Again, still wearing the name tag.
Yeah, she looks at the name tag, she's like... Are you sure about this?
Positive. I was born with it.
I don't...
Molded by it.
you just see her holding like a hand to her forehead, and she's just trying really hard to, keep it together. I do like the sound of the
when you have. So just as long as you keep her out of dangerous areas, then it should all be fine. And if she makes it back completely safe, I will throw in a nice bonus for all of you. All right?
You can trust me. I am a doctor, after all.
Good. Well, then, she turns around again, turns on her heel, goes back to Val and says, all right, you can come along. However, and she holds her arm out to you, it says,
Yeah.
give me your arm.
Okay. She extends her arm.
She takes her arm, just holds it in her hand and says, you will be getting that back tomorrow. I will be making some modifications. Now go. Hush, hush.
I was looking at this idea. You're grounded. Takes the arm.
Yeah.
My whole arm.
You lost your arm privileges, young lady. Your limb privileges.
By the way, I am back now. Clearly.
Welcome.
Hello. Hello.
Back.
How's
Oh
the
gosh.
soy sauce keyboard?
She
It was
takes her
bad.
arm.
It was bad.
and-
'Cause I kneeled down to clean it because it went on the floor too, and I got
Jesus.
double cramps in both my quads.
Oh.
So like I'm sitting there to go get it like under the table, and then all of a sudden both quads, or both hamstrings rather, both hamstrings in the back, just cramp up, and I just like have to like bolt lay down.
Oof.
Oh.
We're all having fun in like this nice little D&D game. Meanwhile, behind his muted mic, Bear Bark's being like loaded into an ambulance.
Basically, what happened because I even my headphones are the stretchy ones, so like I had my headphones on, I could hear, but I couldn't talk because I'm pushed to talk, and I was like I couldn't reach from laying down.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah. Please don't die on session. It's not good.
No problems.
Die off camera if you have to.
Oh gosh.
At least turn the camera on so that we could sell it on YouTube.
Yes.
Ooh,
We'll have our own Jake Paul suicide.
I was
forest
just about to say,
Oh
I'll
god.
get that Jake Paul money.
Hell.
But
He strikes down the video.
she takes
Jake
her arm
Paul
with her.
takes the video.
Wait, before what was it? Before Victoria could walk away, she like grabs her wrist with her only arm, and says, just sort of mutters like thank you, before letting her go.
She gives you a smile and a hug before, again, going off to, very familiar with it, just her own office working room, if you will, where she spends the majority of her time, really, the vast majority of her time.
As soon as she's out of the room.
Yes,
Just
she's
like-
out of the room now, and she has taken Vel's arm with her.
Yeah. So like, as soon as she leaves, I'm just like, oh, that was touching. Hopefully this whole thing doesn't end in a giant inferno disaster.
Starting with Val.
Exactly.
Wow, you're so supportive.
I was out of character. I didn't say that shit in character.
No, I was very much in character.
No, that was Drake, not Blower.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Wow, you're so supportive, Drake. Now.
Oh, I know I'm not.
Looks right into the camera.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Yeah. Dope. Oh, what
Well,
do
I
you
guess we're
guys
using
know?
this fancy place for the evening. I say we get some food.
Turn and look over towards where the butler's still here, right? Is he like just like cleaning shit?
The butler has been here with you since he has been ordered to show you to your rooms whenever you're ready.
If you would please. He nods, looking at the man.
He nods back and motions for you to come after him.
Oh, he follows. My bad. I forgot I'm pushed to talk. I
Oh,
said it
okay.
already. I was yeah.
I've done that a couple times.
Didn't go through.
So,
As we all start following him, I try to crack jokes the whole time, getting him to smile.
Oh god.
I'm gonna hide.
Oh.
I'm gonna hide. I don't want them to see me. I'm gonna disappear.
Just jumps into like a potted plant.
Yeah.
It's like the scene
Form of.
Kronk from
Yeah.
Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And if you need a stealth check, 26. There you go.
Oh my
Damn.
gosh. Dang.
Just fucking disappears in the house.
Yep.
You're
I'm
gone. Nobody fucking sees you.
I'm in your walls.
I'm in the wall.
You see more Warforged walking by.
Bear
You
Bard,
know.
tonight, you.
Oh, no.
Sleep with
Aw.
one eye open.
I love you too.
Is this an enemies to lovers thing?
I just look at him.
Slit my wrist and black my eyes.
Oh my gosh.
Roll, please.
Holy crap. I can't.
More.
Anyway, as Ralga brings you to your rooms, it's just like 2 rooms here, but you actually notice the house is big. You would legit all have your own rooms, which are all vacant, because there's literally just 3 people living here. And Ralga would tell all of you, dinner will be at 8. I shall take you from your rooms to the dining hall. Until then, and he gives you all a bow. Have a nice evening. And goes. He's done his job, he's gone.
I don't get paid enough for this shit.
I think he likes me.
I'm gonna turn to Vale. I believe I was promised some repairs.
Oh, yes. I believe we can get on that. What was it? Are they... Sorry, I'm just confused, like, time-wise. Is it generally expected that they stay in their rooms till dinner, or is...
They can walk around if they want to. Like,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, no. Because she did tell you to, like, make repairs on him, so...
Okay, so yeah, if you would like to do that now, sure, I can take you to the shop and we can begin. It might take a little bit longer than I previously thought. For
I do have a few questions.
obvious reasons.
Bella were here.
Well, feel free to come with us.
I have some questions about, and I hope this doesn't come off as a bit too invasive. How aware are you of your limbic system's processes and your nervous system? How did it relate in comparison to a humanoid?
Oh, well. To be
Can you
perfectly honest
take
with that,
intravenous injections?
I do not have conventional veins, but I am sure there's one way to find out.
I'll
I
use a
told
few
you
wrenches,
that-
maybe?
I told you that I knew where you could find a test subject for you. And I'm
It's
a
not
little
for
bit
that.
Yeah.
There is a possibility that you could suffer extraneous damage. I'm merely asking in case you could be able to be remedied. Should something like that arise.
DM. Can Belauer drink health potions, I think is what we're going for. We got 2 artificers in the party, so
That's true.
maybe that's
I
how
think
I
I
they
got
could
cure
come up with
wounds.
something there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
Do
could
have
Okay.
an
We'll
ending.
figure it out out of
right
what's it
now,
called?
because we're about to do experiments on me.
I say you get a can of WD-40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does it move? Is it supposed to? WD-40. If it doesn't, duct tape.
Yeah.
Got a few things we could try out.
Yeah, I'll just give him like a soldering solution whenever I cast Cure Wounds on Drake.
Yeah.
Plug it up, slap some Omnigel on that.
Oh, God.
Omnigel, like from Mass Effect. All right. Well, lead the way, Vel. Gaskin, you are more than welcome to come with us if you are curious. We can now speak in more private terms.
Of course.
Mhm. Great, let's go.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Let's go.
Then we crack open Drake with a fucking hammer.
Yeah, just fucking
It's time.
demolish me.
Bruh. Yeah, basically.
Just fucking commit toaster bath by jumping in a bath with
Yeah.
me.
Bruh.
Oh gosh.
All right. That's where the three of us are going.
To the garage.
All right. So, what are the rest of you doing in the meantime?
Oh, you know.
Hiding, looking for places to hide dead bodies. That's how I imagined your role went. Is like from Mass Effect 2, Thane's loyalty mission. He starts praying, and then all of a sudden someone walks past. He's just gone.
That's spooky as fuck. That was great.
Such a good scene. I go around looking for people, any real people. And if the first thing I find is a robot, I try to crack it a couple jokes, see if I can get it to laugh.
Okay, so this ends in this. You find robots, find more robots. You know, Warforged, more Warforged, more Warforged. You try to crack jokes. You don't even need to make a roll for it because no matter how good the joke is or you think is, they don't bat an eye. They're just completely focused on whatever they're doing.
What is that, like the British like Royal Guard or whatever? Where like they're not
Exactly.
gonna laugh?
That's not exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What about when I find I run into our friend Rolger again, and I try to make him laugh? No, I purposely call him Rolger.
Rolger. Oh boy. You go to
Good boy,
you go
Rolger.
to find Rolger. Okay, you go to find Rolger and you try to crack a joke. Make me a what the fuck kind of check that be? Persuasion?
I think performance. Right?
Yes.
Performance.
No, I think persuasion
Performance
sounds
check.
better. Damn it.
Persuade him to laugh.
I literally have a plus 10.
Either works. Whatever you want to do.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with persuasion.
Okay, cool. Do that.
An 11. I have a plus
Uh,
10, and I got an 11.
Jeez.
I got a nat 1.
No.
The dice gods are on your side.
Yeah, no, you see that Brogor doesn't really react to it. He just kind of looks at you for a second. He doesn't even turn to you. Just his eyes go to you for a second, and then he just turns back. Doesn't speak, doesn't do anything.
Well, I can tell that you love me anyway. But, alas, if you love me, let me go.
And I just gotta go in the next room.
Oh my god.
It doesn't even say anything to it. You can feel an eye roll, though. You can practically feel it.
We're like BFFs now. It's all good.
Yeah, for sure. Where did you want to go, you said?
I just kind of head back to my. I just kind of like start exploring. You know, whatever time is left at this point, I just spend kind of like walking around and looking at. I've never seen anything this fancy, so just kind of poking around. Nothing too invasive.
Yeah, it's just really, mostly more of the same stuff. You can see a few rooms where there's definitely like a lot of spare parts, where there's work being done mainly by Victoria herself, it seems, because again, there's really no other humans in this, and nobody else would be able to write all the strewn about papers that are everywhere in the rooms she actually works in. She seems to be rather messy, you can tell from this.
Any
But,
instruments throughout the house? Any instruments throughout the house, even as decoration?
They do actually have a piano, it seems. And let me think. They would actually nothing more than that. They don't seem to be particularly musically inclined.
Yeah, I don't really.
There's
that takes the interest of it then.
other than that and like messy handwriting. There's not really much in this, except, the garden's nice. A lot of flowers, a lot of trees, actually quite a lot of wildlife too. It's actually also where you found Rolgar. Rolgar seems to be just hanging in the garden whenever he's got free time.
Smoke break. I got you.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Then I just kind of like hang out back at either the room or if I run into the other guys while I'm wandering, I just kind of hang out.
Mm-hmm. So, Agent, what do you wish to do? Except hiding in places.
I mean, I texted you
Oh, will open.
earlier.
Okay, I gotcha. See. All right. Make me since you can take your time,
Mhm.
Investigation check to see if you find a good place to, get. I'm gonna write you back that. Hold up.
Okay.
I swear to God, if it's another 7-foot hiding spot.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh yeah, add that to the list. I want to know. Add that to the list.
Actually, no, I can fit in a small space. So it's only got to be like...
is your size small?
No, I'm a medium, but I can fit into a small
Size.
Oh.
Oh, actually, I got something. Or actually, never mind. Kunic. That works out. All right.
Okay. So
Uh,
I'm rolling investigation.
no. You're not ruling investigation. I got something wrong. That was all.
Okay.
Well, in that case,
I mean, I
we
think
can go over.
yeah, I will have to roll something, but I imagine that's later.
That's for later, definitely. In that case, we can go over to the reparations crew.
Just a sec. There's a siren going by.
Nice.
Okay, I think it's gone. Okay, cool.
All right, repair crew.
This is like a GTA car shop.
Basically.
Just putting new paint jobs on me and shit.
Yeah. Literally lightning McQueen.
Yeah, Lightning McQueen.
Spray paint him a different color.
Get some white wall tires.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got highlights.
Turn me into a fucking car.
Yeah. You talk.
Funny enough, as Vel does bring you into that little reparation shop, you do see just a lot of, instruments for reparations just laying around. This place, too, very messy.
Do we see a little car, like a little auto carriage or something?
They are unfortunately not focused on automobiles. You have seen them around, but they're not here.
Gotcha. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Maybe you can steal one, who knows? But
Hell yeah.
but yeah, again, a very rather messy place. A lot of papers, a lot of just spare materials laying around, half-finished products, etc., etc. From both Val and Victoria, it seems, because they're vastly different in what they are, really. Like, one of them is prosthetics, the other one is more focused on, well, artillery.
Yeah.
I imagine at this moment that Drake's arm casing is popped open, and we can see into what's it called? Do you have any leads or anything that work function basically like veins? I remember you said something about the blood magic stuff. So wouldn't you have a way to consume it and pump it across the body?
There is actually little tiny hoses that kind of go from the base of my skull down into the chest cavity. And then from the chest cavity where this little reactor thing is, it kind of makes its way throughout the rest of the body.
Gotcha. So at this point, I imagine the equivalent of what would be my cure wounds would be in a place inside one of those leads, like a needle, like a syringe, basically. And then Valdez would be as the scene kind of comes over here, is slowly pulling the plunger to see how it affects the rest of the body.
just watching very
Yeah.
intently. Like,
And he just has like a little notepad and he's just writing down what's happening.
Belle's like leaning over to try and watch while she's like polishing him, trying to clean him up.
Valdez kind of looks over her. He kind of lowers his horn rimmed glasses again. I'm working.
And I'm curious.
Touche.
Thank you.
I don't
He won't stop curiosity.
Yeah.
He's a scientist after all.
No, I don't expect a straight answer, but what did you just inject into me?
It is a coagulant fluid that should be capable of sealing wounds and providing a suture in case you have any, leaks.
Leaks. As in, the golem tears my arms off while I
Something.
scream in bloody murder.
I would prefer to use terms that would be less inflammatory to prevent the recipient from going into cardiac arrest, which it seems you may still be able to suffer from. You do have blood in your system. There's a chance that you could be forming clots as well. I will have to find a way to avoid this, in case this comes up.
Well, I do appreciate it. I've never thought that I would be one to suffer from heart attacks, but now that you mention it, that is a very real possibility.
Platelets inside of your blood, unfortunately because it is not your blood, will be jumbled.
Are you telling me not to eat fat people?
What'd you call me?
I'm saying that, unfortunately, even the typage of blood you'll be consuming will be different. This could cause all sorts of problems if undiagnosed.
I kind of
could be an issue.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. I kind of catch my tongue a little bit because up until now, I have never mentioned that I have ever eaten a person.
Ooh, uh-oh.
So when I said don't eat fat people as a joke, I just kind of showed my hand without even realizing it. Well, guess the cat's out of the bag.
I'm not here to debate morality. I simply wish to know how this functions.
Well, see, the biomass that I get from non-sentient creatures is significantly reduced from those that are. If I were to eat a pig or the steak, it could sustain me for about 2 days. Now, what I get from a sentient creature could sustain me for months. However, as my body decays, the less time I get between feedings. So I'm unaware if that's going to affect. I kind of like lean as a needle jabs my arm real quick from somewhere. Oh, apparently I can feel pain. That's interesting. Now, I'm unaware if that will affect our journey. If we expect
Some might see pain receptors to be a flaw in design. But the reason why we feel pain, why we feel fear, is to prevent us from making bad decisions.
Well, I'm glad that I have the capability. I was beginning to think that coming here was a bad decision.
It could be.
It very well could be. As you can tell, I'm not exactly meant to interact with others. It's more how a wolf interacts with sheep. However, I'm doing my best to cast aside my preconceived notions of living creatures in order to save myself. So, I appreciate your hospitality, for a lack of a better term.
Do no
When I
harm,
was-
is it not?
Can you say again?
He said, do no harm, is it not?
Oh, I commit a lot of harm, I must be honest.
I was speaking of myself, but yes.
Oh,
I'd imagine you'd have to, considering your status.
well. In the beginning, I did kill discriminately, since we are, being candid with one another. I was quite particular about who I chose to convert into fuel. Criminals, thieves, the corrupt elite. I would watch from the sewers and, well, I would go for the deserving. But I fear about what I need to resort to when I need to choose my own life over one that does not deserve it. I've had to do it a few times now, and I did not enjoy it. So,
Interesting.
there you go. A Warforged with a soul is what Victoria said. How about a Warforged with a conscience? Isn't that hilarious? Shit.
Perhaps there is a flaw in your design, then.
I
This...
guess.
Well, I for one would be willing to do whatever it takes to ensure my survival. As it is in your nature, after all. It seems perhaps you're not a machine in your head.
No? What makes you say that?
A machine does whatever it's tasked to do. Whatever it's supposed to do. Regardless of what this would do to itself.
Well, in that case, I guess I am no mere machine, but I'm looking over at Val at this time, who I assume is currently working on my machine body.
Yeah, she's very intently listening. She's not looking at you guys anymore, but her ears are clearly like perked, and her face is a little less of that like wondrous curiosity and more concerned.
I can
Curious
trust
but
you.
concerned. Sorry.
I trust that you will not be conveying the information of my nature to your mother, Val.
As long as you let me stick with you guys for this, I have no qualms with it for the time being.
Your mother did a quick turnaround when it came to letting you come with us. What is the catch?
I'm not sure. I don't think she's ever changed her mind so fast on something, but maybe just I finally wore her down. Not sure.
Unlikely. I've seen Victoria's type when I was hunting. Even killed a few like her. They do not change their minds once they are set. I say you take advantage of your time with us while you can. Feeling of being trapped is arguably worse than death. At least in my humble opinion.
Victoria's different. She can change eventually, but I appreciate it nonetheless. I will absolutely be taking advantage of the time that we will now be spending together, I guess.
May I be honest with you?
Sure.
I believe you're making a mistake.
Why is that?
Victoria cares about her lineage. She cares about her legacy, of which you are a product of. She would do anything to make sure that you survive. Anything. Including putting the lives of others at danger. including myself.
I'm inclined to agree with Dr. Gaskin.
Believe me when I say a parent will be willing to do whatever it takes to ensure that their children... He kind of pauses for a bit, and he looks back at the IV. That their children go on to continue their legacy.
I understand, and that is why I am taking the necessary precautions.
Right. Precautions.
You don't know.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just you don't know how long I've been waiting for something like this.
I've seen that look in the eyes of another before. Believe me when I say, it won't end the way you think it will. You can't plan for everything.
No. That doesn't mean I can't at least have some form of influence on it.
I see. It seems you and her share this in common. When your head's stuck in something, you can't quite seem to get it out.
You could put it that way, sure.
Well, regardless, he begins to put the plate back on Drake's arm, and could you hand me the spanner?
Yes.
He motions his hand over, takes it, and starts putting it back in. If this pops open again, do let me know.
You will be the first, I'm sure. I have to say, of all the people I could have bumped into today, I'm glad it was two like you. After all, I would hardly expect someone with experience working on beings made of flesh to save me. So, lucky. Lucky.
I'm glad we could help.
There is a similarity between your workings and that of the physical humors of flesh.
Oh,
It's
really?
most curious.
Any clue where it might have come from? Where I might
No,
have
but
come
I can ascertain a purpose as to why.
Yes.
Assuming, and this is only a theory, that your soul is housed within this machine, perhaps it was the intention of the designer to make it seem as if your body was similar to that of a living being, as to grant it some measure of familiarity. I could only imagine in this theory that if your soul was to be put in, say, an auto carriage, it could drive you insane. It's not exactly... Oh, God.
Implying that the body that I'm already in is not already eating away at my mind. I'm willing to take whatever risks are necessary.
It's only a theory. But I'm curious as to why your creator made you the way you are.
That makes two of us, man. That makes two of us.
Rick, why'd you make me win now?
You're hitting.
Yeah.
Why are you the way that you are?
Yeah, why are you the way you are?
Why are you this way?
Well, I
I don't
suppose
know.
we must retire then.
Yes. Dinner will be interesting, that's for certain.
Gaskin gets up, brushes himself. He kind of unfolds a little tool pack and sticks it away in what would be this kind of. He has like a small bag. I just realized I have a bag of holding, and he has like this small kind of like satchel, which looks very unassuming until you see he stuffs the whole tool belt into it, steals it back up, and it seems like it hasn't changed in size.
Oh my. That's impressive. Now, is that magic or science?
He gives a bit of a smile as he says what he had said before. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. I have my choice.
Catchphrase.
And then he walks off to go head to his room.
I'll stand up on my more firm legs. I'm not stumbling around as much anymore. Still not in great shape, but I'm better. And I'll follow him.
Yeah. Belle does like a little unbalanced without her arm, but she manages to push herself back up.
And considering across the go a little bit, I'd say that's where we ended for today.
Hey!
Hey.
Heck
That was
yeah.
great.
Yeah, it was long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed yourselves.
Definitely.
That's
a
right for the
very
cutoff,
different
yeah.
tone.
I hated every second of it. I'm sorry.
I
All
want
of
my
it was
money back.
pain.
1 out of 10 would not play again.
That's why you never pay for a DM, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like being paid in the first place.
Wait, we pay?
Money? Yeah.
You guys are getting paid?
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. I think that this campaign, I really like how different it feels. Not campaign, but like mini campaign.
Mhm.
I like how different season 2 is ending up from season 1. Like
I also like how none of our DMs are capable of running like a normal like one shot.
Yeah.
Like it's always like 5 games. It's always
Absolutely.
Well, to be fair, this one, that's what she proposed from the beginning, was like a
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah, I knew because I've run this.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I won't call it a module, but I've run this adventure before. So
How are we doing?
you're doing pretty much like the other groups. First round, and you're all still haven't reached the fight, really.
Nice.
Let's go.
I like how we
We don't
all,
need to.
with the exception of Nova, we all ended up as like edge murder hobo-esque
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
really
I'm not
good
a murder hobo.
that we know of.
You're one of
True.
But
I like-
I saw how edgy everyone else was going, and so I'm just like, I'm gonna be in-game pretend edgy.
You know, it's funny because all the edge you had, like, subconsciously made me make Victoria more quote-unquote edgy, because in the first 2 adventures I played with her, she was very humanitarian. She just loved helping people. And now-
man.
Now we're questioning her morals.
You need flawed characters to make them good.
I know that conversation when she was telling it, like I was just my guy was just eating up the edge. It's like, it's so hardcore.
It was making him stronger.
Oh my gosh.
Grows more
It was-
powerful with every edgy
just-
action.
He was just writing down new lyrics
Oh my
for
god.
songs.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Exactly.
No, but I think it's really cool how like each one of us we're all edge lords. Like each one of us like
definitely.
is a different archetype of edge lord.
Yeah.
Especially Nova's character.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
100%.
oh,
100.
the whole time you're gonna hate me for this, but when you're like talking about how like, oh, I want to go out and see everything, I was thinking like, why won't you let me go, Father? I want to see the world.
Trying so hard not to quote that the entire time.
I think I sent that shit to Nova. I was like, this is it.
Come on, Father.
God, Father, I
She's
want
my whole
Why
world.
won't you let me leave on my own room? I
Yeah,
have the whole
leave on my
world
own.
to see.
God,
I was thinking that the whole time.
You know what my favorite part was? That I got to go through 5 numbisms.
Yes.
gosh.
How many more do you have left?
Oh my
I have 2 pages of them.
Good.
Oh my gosh.
I need more.
Okay, like, one thing though, to be fair, because I am baby DM, I will try to, I'm not gonna say remedy, but
the character that I made, like Victoria, I had her for like 3 adventures now, right? I'm gonna try to make her like more humanitarian, still like not to an extent that she was in the campaigns before, but like I don't want her to have the drastic character change that she for some reason had today, because y'all's edges just kind of
Give in. Give in to the edge.
It's hey guys, it's not edge. It's the side of a knife.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe next adventure, like when we're about to leave, she has another sudden change of heart. Who knows?
Yeah, she has a change of heart, and she doesn't let Vale come with us. And
Yeah.
Velvet gets kicked out of the group.
She just gets hit in the head.
I'm sorry if that comes off as like if that's gonna come off as like a bit out of character. Just know that I'm just
You're
I
good.
don't even know, man.
I'm actually big hype for seeing Kunic turn into Victoria Hawks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You don't know what I'm
That
doing.
was Kunik's character this session.
Yeah,
You don't know
I'm
what
That's
I'm
why
doing.
she's edgy.
I like this thing. Like I see Kunik's like setting all this up for things he wants to turn into, and it's just really cool.
See, he was just going through her clothes today, just picking them out so he could change.
You're not my dad.
Dude, that's the second we walked in and you guys were arguing before I even got descriptions. That was my first thought. I was like, "You're not my real mom."
I want to know. I like the implication of you having hair, and like even though you're a dragonborn, it makes me think that like she fucked a dragonborn and made a hybrid.
Nice.
Like
Cannon,
that's the implication.
Dragonborn husband.
Oh gosh.
Oh, by the way, Drake. Nova was saying she was gonna give her titties.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nova! I swear to God.
Oh, what's even better too is because she's like, so the dad was dragonborn, mom was human, but she still had to come from an egg, right?
Oh my
So is
God!
that
Did
thing the
Victoria
mom
lay an
laid
egg?
an egg?
Did Victoria lay an egg?
She goes to give birth and it's just an egg. He's like, okay, cool. Now it's gonna be another 6-month egg laying process.
Yeah, like her gestation period was only like a month, and then she's got to wait like 8 more months for the thing to hatch.
Oh my god. I love how adoption is just like out the window for you guys.
No,
like,
no.
Yeah.
You're a half dragonborn.
Half
You-
dragon.
Yeah,
well,
no,
the
her
problem is,
dad
I did ask.
They got a bang, dude.
No,
They have a
Victoria
bang.
definitely just fucked a dragon. Like that's
Yeah.
absolutely it.
Not even a
Hey, man,
dragonborn, just a whole dragon.
That's the whole ass dragon.
Yeah, a whole ass dragon.
Yeah, not even a dragonborn. Oh God.
By the way, whoever edits this, please do cut it at the point where I was like, oh, don't mind me if I play her as Bedosi. I'm just very insecure about playing characters. That's it. And I don't want that to, be out there. That's all.
You did a really good job tonight, Code.
You
yeah,
did
good.
great.
It was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad. And again, I apologize if she seems OC in the next campaign. She's literally the only NPC I ever, actually felt kind of proud of.
Apologizing. You're okay, dude.
Apologizing.
You're
I love
good.
it.
We had a lot of fun.
I'll judge.
Wow.
Glad.
God, you mean OC? Wow.
Yeah. Is she a
Yeah,
self-insert,
I made a DMPC. Fuck you. She's gonna come with you, and she's gonna be your Deus Ex Machina by the end.
She's
yeah.
level 20.
She saves all of
Oh
you.
my gosh.
You go up against the dragon, she shows up. You go up against Trash,
Punch out
she
dragon.
shows up.
Yeah.
No, she shows up. We fight a
She gets
dragon.
grabbed.
She shows up. She's all like, "Hello, dear.
Wild.
You haven't
In a
been
minute.
paying your
You are.
child support."
No, you bitch! I swear to God, I was gonna pay.
You said you would walk out just get some milk, and you never came back. You asshole.
That ain't my baby. That baby don't look nothing like me. That's an ugly baby. I know ain't my
Literally
baby.
just a fucking dragon human.
Yeah.
You, sir, are the father. Ah, no,
I
no.
could really just an
Maury
episode
now?
of the Maury show, yeah.
Some milk,
It's just a
Dad.
fucking
Where's the
episode of
milk?
the Maury show. He never came home with the cigarettes, like he said.
Oh my gosh.
True.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. It's really funny because today's sponsorship, I literally leave the house to go get milk.
Nice.
World of Tanks.
World of
Oh my
Tanks.
gosh.
That's a
I
sponsorship
could
I did
run the
not
dude's
expect.
car over.
Yeah.
That was funny.
What?
I watched that video. I just love how you just run the dude's car over with the tank. That was fucking
Great.
They specifically told me, like, hey, I need you to promote this tank game. But since the whole thing going on in Ukraine, you literally cannot mention anything about violence or guns or shooting. Have fun
Jeez.
promoting our tank game.
It's like, okay, what about
By Den of the Drake. Have you
What?
seen the other videos?
Yeah.
Uh,
And then I'm like, well,
Good
fuck
job.
it, I'm just gonna go get some milk.
Dude, heck yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
bad
I'm
game
not
to
sure.
advertise during actual wartime.
Yeah, but like the
Like,
developers can't
that's-
help it.
Yeah,
They made
that's
it
when you
before.
you wait a couple months and then
Yeah.
then you put ads.
Well, that game's
Yeah.
old. That game's been going on for a
It's been
long
around
time now.
for a
Yeah.
while.
And like I think like the trailer, the tanks are like doing jumps and shit off of like sand
Yeah.
dunes.
That's funny.
I think it's like this is just fucking like what's the game where you play soccer with cars?
Just a tank simulator.
Rocket League.
Rocket League.
yeah.
I'm like, this looks like Rocket League.
Yeah.
I'm over here like gameplay feels like you're inside of a real tank. Meanwhile, this tank's doing like a fucking flip.
Yeah.
Do you know there's an anime where they like drift in tanks? That's
Sick.
That's awesome.
That's a
Dude,
whole
there's an anime for fucking
It's called Tokyo
everything.
Drift.
That's
Oh
so
my
fucking dumb. That's like not how tanks work.
No,
No,
they really
it's
don't.
amazing. It's these,
Like, you don't get a
hot
piece of
anime
machinery
girls.
that heavy.
That's exactly what things
I
work.
just love this idea though, where everything works off like GTA physics, where
Oh,
like
yeah.
you turn the turret behind you and you go forward and you keep shooting so you can go faster.
The bullet just propels.
Yeah.
You're just firing like the 50 cal off the back as fast as you can. Just trying to go
Exactly.
faster. We're going home, boys.
Yeah.
That's actually what's happening in Ukraine. Russia's like, no, what? Fuck this. I don't want to be here anymore, and all of them are just firing the guns backwards to go home.
Yeah. Exactly. That's how recoil works, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
pretty sure.
physics.
Exactly.
Physics.
All right. Well, I gotta get ready now. Love you guys.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. I
Hell
really
yeah.
gotta take a shower.
Good.
Crow, yeah.
Yeah.
See you, Mr.
Alright, y'all
Gas.
take care.
Good night, man.
Howard.
Wow. All right. Y'all take care.
Take it
All right, see you, man.
You're volatile tonight.